paddlefoot, and the air race.
Wow, look at Clutch go, paddlefoot. Did you ever see such a fast jet plane, Mr. Hiram?
Nope. I gotta admit it looks faster than mine.
Clutch is landing. Boy, I hope everything is okay. What a landing! Uh-oh. Who's that lady driving out to meet Clutch?
That's Mink Stoll. Mighty pretty woman, but she spells trouble.
How come, Mr. Hiram?
Well, she's a nice lady, Spinner, but some of her friends ain't so nice.
Why, Clutch Cargo, this is a surprise. And what a beautiful racing jet.
Thank you, Mink. We named her Lightning Rod.
Lovely name. How fast will she fly?
That's a secret, Mink. No pilot will tell the speed of his plane before an air race.
How stuffy. Well, anyway, my plane will beat yours, Clutch. There she is, the fastest jet racing plane in the world. I call her the Snark.
It looks fast, all right. Who's your pilot, Mink?
That is my secret, Clutch. You'll find out when the time comes. See you later.
Meanwhile, near the plane called the Snark, a mysterious figure keeps a close watch on Clutch's racing jet.
Is our plane all ready for the big race tomorrow, Clutch? Here's a map of the race course.
The first leg is from here up across Alaska to the frozen Arctic pylon, then across the ocean to the Oriental pylon, then across the South Pacific back to the starting point.
Yes, sir, we'll fly nearly halfway around the world.
Is that why you have an extra tank underneath and some of the other planes have them on the wingtips?
Right, Spinner. When the extra fuel is used up, we can drop them.
How do jets work, Clutch?
The jet principle's simple, Spinner. Got a balloon?
Sure, the one you bought me this morning.
Good. Give it to High. Blow some smoke into the balloon, High.
Sure thing, Clutch.
Gosh, is a jet plane like a balloon?
They have a lot in common, Spinner, but a jet plane has an air scoop in or near the nose. Now, the air goes in here, is heated up by the engine back here, and is blown out of the tailpipe.
Back here, Clutch?
Right, Spinner. Let her go, High. That pushes the plane through the air. Same as the escaping air pushes the balloon forward.
Gee, I get it, Clutch. It's simple, once you know how it's done.
Say, High, is that your racing plane over there?
Yep, she's my lucky 8-ball.
Yeah?
Don't let looks fool you, Spinner. She's a first-class jet racer.
What's going on there, Ace? I can't tell what they're up to, but I don't like the look of it.
I heard that, Ace. Don't be so suspicious. You seem to think everyone's like you.
You're right. When I'm in a race, I'm out to win at any cost.
That night, Ace Condor slips into Clutch's hangar.
Nobody's around. I'll just slip my cable cutter inside the wing. Nothing will happen. Nothing until he gets into the air.
Will Ace Condor's sneaky trick cause Clutch and Company to crash in the big race? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the air race. Last time, Clutch and Company entered the International Air Race. That night, Ace slipped into the hangar and planted a cable cutter in the wing of Clutch's jet, timed to cause trouble after takeoff. Excitement runs high as the International Jet Air Race is about to begin.
Pilots on the line. Watch for the starting player. Ready, set. They're off. There they go around the first pylon. Ace Condor is in the lead, followed by Frenchie Fontaine. There goes Hiram Biggs pulling up, and Clutch Cargo close behind. Now they're in the stretch. They're passing the home pylon, and they're on their way. Oh, wait a minute, folks. Something's gone wrong with Clutch Cargo's plane.
What's happened, Clutch? We're dropping like a rock.
Our flaps have dropped. Hold on, Spinner. Feels like the flap control's been cut. Can't hold them up.
Oh.
Clutch Cargo's in trouble, folks. He is going to crash into
effort to overcome the drag of the flaps, Clutch rolls the plane onto its back, and the flaps drop back into place.
Phew! Missed it!
Hang on, you two. We've got to land.
Upside down?
Clutch rolls out right side up over the runway.
A beautiful landing. Clutch is down okay, folks.
Clutch and company lose no time after repairs are made and are soon back in the air.
Cargo in lightning rod. He's finally off for the big race. It doesn't look so good, Spinner. There's a storm moving toward the Arctic pylon.
How do we find the pylon?
It sends out radio signals, Spinner. We just follow them. If we don't reach the Arctic pylon before the storm hits, we'll really be in trouble.
Meanwhile, both Ace and Frenchie have reached the Arctic pylon, have refueled, and are ready to go.
Why do you hook that cable to the totem pole, Ace?
Just being helpful, Tubbs, my boy.
Frenchie Fontaine waits for the takeoff signal, not knowing the other end of the cable that's fastened to the pylon is hooked to his plane's tailpipe.
Now. That makes one down and two to go.
But it knocked over the pylon, boss. We better beat it before Frenchie gets out of there.
In a moment, my dear Tubbs, but first,
What you got there, boss?
it's the radio signal device that was in the head of the Arctic pylon.
Oh, God, boom.
Here, sonny boy, put this on the highest mountain you can find, as far away as you can get. Now get.
Mush. We take him radio bug far away.
Strange. The map doesn't show this mountain on our course, but we're still getting the radio signal.
And the fuel gauge says empty, Clutch.
No wonder we're overdue.
Whoa! What if that storm hits us?
It could tear us apart. Uh-oh. Flame out. We're in for it now.
Hang on, paddlefoot.
What a spot! A terrible Arctic storm. Out of gas and no place to land. Don't miss the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with Harold Spinner and Paddlefoot and the air race. Last time, at Arctic Pylon, Ace Condor caused Frenchie's plane to crash on takeoff. Then Ace tricked an Eskimo in planting a radio signal device on a high mountain, caused Clutch to get lost in the heart of the Arctic storm and run out of gas. Then,
Hang on here, Sea Spinner. An Arctic gale can be mighty rough.
I see what you mean. Here we go!
with a tailwind shoving them at a tremendous speed, they soon reached the seashore.
Well, Albie, look down there, Spinner.
A totem pole!
It's the Arctic pylon.
Something knocked it over!
Lucky for us, or we'd never have seen it.
In spite of the high wind, Clutch manages to make a dead stick landing. After a quick refuel, they are soon off again, across the Pacific to the Kokomoto pylon in the Orient. And sometime later, at the Kokomoto pylon, Ace Condor takes off in his Snark on the last leg of the race, while Hiram Biggs waits to have his tanks filled up.
Can you speed it up, friend?
So sorry. Pumping fuel fast as possible. You people always in hurry.
What our difference? Here come one behind you.
You're right. Yippee! It's Clutch Cargo's lightning rod. They made it.
Sure am glad to see you, Clutch. How'd you get here so fast?
We had a gale for tailwind high. Helped a lot. How far ahead is Condor?
He took off from here just as I was landing.
He's not too far in front then. Maybe we've got a chance to beat him.
Spinner has wandered over to High's plane and sees the man who's been pumping fuel pour something that looks like rice into the fuel tank.
What you putting in the tank, mister?
I are putting in special vitamin tablets, make engine go faster.
Oh, that's nice.
I put vitamins in your plane, too. Make it go fast.
I don't know. Maybe you better ask Clutch first.
Oh, no, not necessary. These are very strong vitamins. Very good for jet planes.
Oh, I see.
I go put some in your plane now.
In the meantime, High takes off on the last leg of the race.
So long, High. Good luck. Come on, Spinner. Our jet should be fueled up now.
As they go to their plane, Spinner tells Clutch about the helpful fueling man.
And he's putting vitamins in our plane, too.
Vitamins? In a jet plane? Where is he?
He's the man in our plane now.
Hey, what's going on?
I make your plane go fast.
Who told you to do this?
Really nice man told me. He want you all go much fast.
Who was it?
Mr. Ace Condor.
Ace Condor. I might have known it. Did you put any of that stuff in our tank?
Not yet, but I got plenty for you.
Thanks. We can do without it. Come on, Spinner. We've got to get moving.
Clutch and company take off from the Kokomoto pylon and head east across the ocean on the final stretch.
Do you think we'll catch up to the others, Clutch?
We did have a chance, Spinner, until we hit these odd-looking clouds.
Oh, my gosh, Clutch. It looks kind of like snow.
Something's fishy. It doesn't snow in the South Pacific, but I can't see a thing.
Unknown to Clutch, Hiram Biggs' plane is above him and just ahead. Hiram is having engine trouble.
Engine stop dead. What the ding boozled? I'm dropping like a rock.
Just below, Clutch and company are flying blind, right into the path of Hiram's falling plane. Can Clutch possibly avoid a mid-air collision? See the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the air race. Last time, Clutch discovered a man pumping gas about to drop something into his gas tank and stopped him. Later, Clutch and company flew into a strange cloud formation formed by a white goop pouring out of the tailpipe of High Big's jet. Just as the two planes raced toward a mid-air collision,
There's something weird about all this. Hey, look at that.
We're out of the clouds. We can see. Oh, Clutch, look out for that plane.
I see it. Diving right at us.
at that instant, Clutch plunges into a steep dive, barely avoiding a mid-air crash.
Yeah, that was close. Wonder who?
Why, it looks like the Lucky 8-Ball.
You're right, Spinner. Hi, Biggs from Clutch Cargo. Do you read me?
Loud and clear, Clutch boy. Sure am glad it's you.
What's your trouble, Hi?
I've got a flame out. Don't. I see a little island, Clutch. I'll set her down there.
It looks too short for a dead stick landing. Good luck, Hi.
Hiram finds his brakes will not stop him in time to avoid running off into the ocean.
Dad, Brent, I'll have to use my grab hook. I'm okay, thanks to my grab hook.
We're coming down to help you, pal.
Don't risk it, Clutch. You got no grab hook.
Don't need one. As long as the engine's running, I can make a short field approach.
Many miles ahead, Ace Condor and Tubbs roar through the sky in their sleek snark.
See any sign of any of the plane stubs?
Nope. Sure is getting dark out, though.
Take the cover off the glasses, you dope.
Huh? Oh, yeah. Nope. No planes.
Clutch Cargo will never catch up with us.
What about old Hiram?
He's down in the ocean by now, feeding the sharks. If Clutch Cargo tries to pass us, I still got one more trick left. Just for him.
Back on the little island, Clutch and Hiram get ready to leave.
It sure was good of you, Clutch, to land and help me.
You do the same for us, Hi.
If that silly feller hadn't dumped rice in my gas tank,
He thought it worked like vitamins.
vitamins, them rice grains swelled up in the fuel and got cooked when they went through the engine.
And your plane was spraying rice pudding out the tailpipe.
How did you happen to have that grab hook on your plane?
Oh, I just thought it might come in handy sometime.
It sure did. And your plane's ready to fly. Let's go.
Okay, Clutch, you hop off first. I'll be right behind you.
This tip is really going, Spinner. We're lucky we can still catch up with Ace. And I'm going to drop off our belly tank, too. Here it goes. Now I just push the button and...
Now we can really go fast.
Look, Spinner. See who we've caught up with.
Oh, boy, Ace Condor. If we could just pass him, we'll win the race.
Clutch Clutch's lightning rod creeps up beside Ace Condor's snort.
Hello, Ace. Surprised?
Clutch cargo curses.
Your dirty work was dirty, but it didn't work.
Oh, yeah? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Ace eases his wingtip over in front of Clutch's plane and cuts loose a wingtip tank. It flies right into Clutch's air scoop.
What then?
That fixed our Mr. Cargo.
What's wrong, Clutch?
Ace jammed our air scoop with his fuel tank. Engine quit, and we're 500 miles from land.
How can Clutch and Company get out of a spot like this? Don't miss the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the air race. On the last stretch of the big race, Clutch and Company caught up with Ace Condor. As Clutch tried to pass, Ace cut loose a wingtip tank and...
Ace jammed our air scoop with his fuel tank. Engine quit, and we're 500 miles from land. Can't get the engine started with that tip tank jammed in the air scoop. Got to put her down in the ocean, Spinner. Looks like we're going to have to swim. Hold on.
I beg, Mr. Clutch Cargo. I saw what happened.
Hiram flies up ahead of Clutch, then cautiously eases down just ahead of Clutch's nose.
Hold her steady.
What's Mr. High trying to do, Clutch?
I don't know yet, Spinner.
He's getting awful close to us.
Here's my sky hook. If we can just hook onto that tank in your air scoop.
Easy, boy. Easy does it.
Got it.
Steady now. I'll drop the flaps.
Clutch's plane jerks back. The tank pops out like a cork from a bottle.
He did it! Hooray for Mr. High! Oh, oh!
Clutch pulls his flaps up, starts his engine, and streaks away to the home pylon at full speed. At the finish line, the crowd wait anxiously as the planes come into view.
Here comes my plane, the Snark. But I hope Clutch beats it. Come on, Clutch! Behind him. Pulling up or dropping down, Ace stays in front, blocking Clutch. There's the whole pylon, Clutch. If Ace passes it first, he'll win the race.
There's only one way left to outsmart Ace Condor. Hold on, Spinner.
Here they come close. They'll reach the home pylon in a matter of seconds. Look at that. Clutch has dropped low over the ground. Ace is down there, too. Unless they pull up, they'll both crash into the pylon. Ace Condor pulls up. Clutch Cargo wins.
Congratulations on winning, Clutch.
Thank you, Mink. High deserves the credit. He lost the race helping Spinner and me.
If you hadn't stopped to help me, I'd still be sitting out on that island in the middle of the ocean.
Look at Ace Condor and Tubbs. They're crawling down the runway on their hands and knees.
What are they up to now?
They ain't up to anything, Clutch. They're down to picking up pebbles and rocks off the runway. It was that or go to jail.
I forgot you're a deputy sheriff, Mr. High.
Yep, it'll take them 6 months.
And they won't fly anymore. When I found out they were cheating, I fired them.
Aside from those two, it was a great race.
And Spinner, now that you won, what do you plan to do with the trophy?
Golly, I'm going to fill it with the biggest ice cream soda anybody ever had. And get a long straw for Paddlefoot.
And so ends the story of Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the air race. Be sure to join us again for the next exciting adventure with Clutch Cargo.
Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot.
in another exciting adventure, the Alaskan Pilot. As our story opens, we find Clutch and Company on their way to the frozen north.
Pretty cold country here in Alaska, Spinner.
I'm sure glad we got warm clothes, Clutch. And Paddlefoot likes his wool sweater, too. Are we almost there, Clutch?
Almost, Spinner. The village is just ahead.
Oh, boy. It looks like a Christmas card.
Fasten your seatbelt. We're coming in. A man by the name of Smith is to meet us here.
Somebody's standing there on the runway, Clutch.
That must be our man. Let's taxi over there. All out.
You sure made a fast trip. Welcome to Walrus Cove.
Thank you. I take it you're Walrus Smith, the man who sent for us.
Right you are. And I'd know you anywhere, Clutch Cargo, from the picture in your adventure book. You too, Spinner and Paddlefoot. You make quite a team.
What's the big problem, Mr. Smith?
Just call me Walrus. Let's go over to the general store and I'll fill you in.
Meanwhile, lurking in the shadows, watching Clutch and Company, we find Gumboot Hogan and Moose Nose Mac, the two nastiest connivers in the North Country.
Looks like we got more worries. They're the ones Walrus called to find Klondike and Sourdough.
Yeah, we gotta get rid of them. We can't afford to have them helping Klondike and Sourdough.
Let's get the snow buggy and head north. For years, I've been grub-sticking Klondike Ike and Sourdough Mike. They always come in once a year for supplies. This year, they didn't show up. And frankly, I'm worried.
I know what you mean. No one could survive a winter in this country without provisions. Do you have any idea where they might be?
Yes, the way I get it, Ike and Mike discovered gold a ways back in the wilderness.
Is there a landing strip anywhere near their mine?
No, but I think there's a small clearing near their cabin. But nobody's ever landed a plane there before.
Maybe we can. At least we'll try.
Clutch Cargo and Company start on their journey over the wilderness in search of Klondike Ike and Sourdough Mike, the two lost prospectors.
Golly, Clutch. Look what we're flying over. It's the Smoky Valley Mr. Walrus told us about.
Well, at least we know we're on the right track.
What causes that smoke, Clutch? A big forest fire?
Oh, no. That smoke is caused by volcanic fissures, or holes in the bottom of the valley floor. That so-called smoke, you see, is really hot sand that comes up in puffs.
Golly, that'd burn you, wouldn't it? It'd make you a real hot dog, Paddlefoot. Wow! Wow!
Well, I wouldn't particularly like to land there. But I think we'd better get a closer look in case Ike and Mike are down there.
Clutch, you're getting awful close.
It's the only way we can see.
I can't see a thing.
Oh, no. A mountain!
We're gonna hit!
What can possibly stop Clutch and Company from hitting that mountain? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Alaskan Pilot. You remember last time, Clutch and Company arrived at Walrus Cove, where Walrus Smith told them about Klondike Ike and Sourdough Mike. They hadn't returned for supplies as they always had. Two characters, Gumboot and Moose Nose, watched Clutch's every move. Later...
Oh, no. A mountain!
We're gonna hit!
We're in an updraft.
Wow! We made it!
The hot air rising from the valley helped to lift us over.
Wow! That valley's the last place I want to land a plane in.
You said it, Spinner.
There goes Cargo and his friends. We better hurry.
They'll beat us to Klondike and Sourdough's place.
We'll find a way to get them. And when they least expect it. Let's go.
Twin Peaks Mr. Wallace told us about.
So they are. Klondike and Sourdough's cabin should be right at the base of the South Peak.
There it is, Clutch. I see the cabin.
There's the clearing in front of the cabin. If I come in slow, I can set her down there. Easy does it. Relax, Spinner. We're here. I wonder if anybody's home.
Somebody must be here. There's smoke coming out of the chimney.
Listen.
Don't you touch that, or I'll pour this hot coffee right on your head. Sure, and it's too bad I haven't got the piece of the Blarney stone right here. I'd hit you with it.
Hello in there. Anybody home?
Oh, and tarnation is making all the commotion out there.
Put that thing down. We're friends, sent here by Walrus Smith to find you.
Why didn't you say so?
Golly, mister. We didn't have a chance.
Eh? Why, who are you?
I'm Spinner, and these are my pals, Clutch Cargo and Paddlefoot.
Clutch Cargo. We've heard of you. We've read your adventure logbook. Come in.
Thanks, fellas. Don't mind if we do.
Sure nice and warm in here. But what's that line for?
Everything on that side of the line is Mike's. And everything on that side of the line is Ike's.
Gee, that's a funny way to live.
Not so funny. Sourdough'd edge me clear out of the cabin if I didn't watch him. Why, you old skin print. What about you trying to take off with the last bean in the pot? It was on my side of the pot. If you hadn't dumped our barrel of beans in the stream, we'd be panning for gold instead of for beans. I didn't dump the beans in the stream. You did. I didn't. You did. I didn't. You did. I didn't.
Cut her out, you two, and tell us what this is all about.
He's been doing the darndest things. He fed all of our hardtack to the squirrels and dumped our barrel of beans in the stream. I did. You did, you old geezer. Now, why would I do a thing like that? To starve me to death, that's why. Then you would get all the gold. Starve you? Why, you old fool, I'd starve myself to death, too. And you're just ornery enough to do it.
Well, I've got good news for you. We brought you supplies and food for the winter.
Gee, I'd sure like to see how you pan for gold. Beans.
Well, come out to the diggings and we'll show you.
There's Cargo's plane in the clearing. He probably brought the old coot's supplies.
When we dumped their food, I thought they'd have to leave. How are you going to get them off the land now?
We'll just jump their claim. I've got a plan.
What nasty plan does Gumboot have to stop them? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Alaskan Pilot. You remember last time, Clutch and Company started in search of Klondike and Sourdough. After almost crashing into a mountain, they headed on. As they landed, a violent argument between Mike and Ike was in progress. Moose Nose and Gumboot arrived on the scene. How are we going to get them off the land now?
We'll just jump their claim.
We do our mining with this sluice box, Spinner.
How's it work?
Give me that shovel, Sourdough, and I'll show him. Sure, I'll give it to you. But it'll cost you 5 beans. Why, you old bandit? I only charged you 4 beans to use my pickaxe. You charged me 10 beans to use your can opener. I didn't.
Cut it out, you two. We brought you enough beans to last you all winter.
It ain't the beans we're arguing about. It's the principle of the thing. Quiet, you old hoot owl. What do you know about principles? Those 2 old coots are still fighting.
Fine. The more noise they make, the less apt they are to notice us.
How much gold do you get out of these diggings?
We struck it rich. We're getting 3 ounces to the shovelful. Yeah, but the beans are sure dropping off. We're only getting 2 or 3 to the shovelful.
Speaking of beans, let's get back and unload those supplies. I'm hungry.
They're leaving. Now's our chance. We'll go down and grab our claim stakes, then head for the land office.
Looks like Walrus Smith sent you enough grub to last you through 2 winters.
Yeah, but Sourdough stacked all the canned goods on his side of the room. You bet I did. And it's going to cost you 2 ounces of gold for every can I give you. You forgot. I got the can opener. And it'll cost you 4 ounces of gold every time you use it.
I won't pay it.
You won't eat.
I will.
You won't.
I will.
You won't. What? What?
Hold on, you two. I'll divide everything up.
Wait a minute. Cargo's plane.
Yeah, if they discover our claim stakes, they could fly to the land office ahead of us.
Right. You sneak over there and drain his gas tank. Leave just enough gas to get a good start.
There. Everything is all divided 50-50. There's no cause for further argument.
Yeah, but Klondike's still got the only can opener. And it's still going to cost you plenty to use it. You'll forget I own the flapjack flipper. Wait till you want to use that.
You boys can settle that between you. You've got all winter to argue about it.
The first blizzard's about due, too. I can feel it in my bones.
Listen, a motor. It's a snow buggy with 2 men in it.
Why, that's Moose-Nose Mac and Gumboot Hogan. They're the orneriest claim jumpers in the whole North Country. I'll bet they've staked out our diggings. Let's go down and see. Soon as we get our prior claim okayed at the land office, we'll come back and throw them off legal-like.
They've replaced your claim marker with their own. It says, this here gold belongs to Gumboot and Moose Nose. Ha, ha, ha. Didn't you fellas ever register your claim at the land office?
Heck, no. Too far to go. We couldn't spare the time.
Spinner and I'll fly back and register it for you. We can beat those crooks at their own game.
Okay, Clutch, but you'd better get going. That storm's going to break any minute.
We gotta keep ahead of that storm.
I'd sure hate to be caught in a blizzard way out here. Golly, what's wrong, Clutch?
We're out of gas.
Out of gas and a bad storm approaching. What will happen? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Alaskan Pilot. You remember last time Clutch and Company reached Klondike Ike and Sourdough Mike only to find them in a violent argument. Then Clutch and Company decide to fly to the claims office and stake a claim before Gumboot and Moose Nose. They start out.
What's wrong, Clutch?
We're out of gas. Those crooks must have drained our tanks.
Oh, no! We're right over the valley of 10,000 smokes.
I hope we can find that updraft.
Clutch, look! We're starting to rise.
We're in luck. We've hit the updraft. I think we can make it over the ridge.
Look, Clutch, it's starting to snow.
Do you see any place where we can set her down, Spinner?
Nothing but trees and a little river.
A river? It's bound to be frozen over. We'll land there.
What do we do now, Clutch? We'll never get to the claim office before those crooks.
This river runs right through the town. Did you bring our ice skates with you, Spinner?
Yeah, Clutch, in the back. But we can't skate that far.
No. But we can sail. We have wood from the trees, ice skates, and a tarp. Put them all together, and you have an ice boat.
Oh, boy!
Let's get to work.
We're stuck again. The snow's getting deeper.
Get out and put the front skis on. It looks like winter's here to stay.
Plenty sneaky the way we fixed Clutch Cargo's plane, eh, Gumboot?
Yeah. We won't have to worry about those meddlers upsetting our plans. We can take it easy from here on.
Boy, that's keen, Clutch.
She's all rigged and ready to sail, Spinner. Let's go.
We're set, Clutch.
Okay, here goes. speed, we should beat those crooks to the claim office.
As the ice boat carrying Clutch and Company steadily picks up speed, not much farther ahead are Dead Man's Rapids, a dangerous, unfrozen, deep stretch of river.
This is more fun than ice skating.
Wow! Wow!
We're really moving. Must be going 50 miles an hour. Oh, no, that roar. Must be a waterfall.
How do you stop an ice boat?
With a brake. Only we don't have one. Sounds like open water, rushing over huge boulders.
They're headed right for the dangerous rapids. Will they get through? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Alaskan Pilot. You remember last time, Clutch and Company were forced down in a blinding storm. Determined to beat Moose Nose and Gumboot to the claims office, they build a crude ice boat and start downriver toward Walrus Cove.
How do you stop an ice boat?
With a brake. Only we don't have one. Sounds like open water, rushing over huge boulders. Hold tight. We're going up over the riverbank.
Whee! We did it!
Should be easy sailing from here on.
Not far to go now. A few minutes and we'll have our claim filed, Moose Nose.
Look, Clutch, we're almost there.
There's Walrus Smith's store. Drop the sail and we'll coast in.
Boy, that was quite a ride.
Come on, gang. Let's go over to the general store.
Boy, am I glad to see you. I was worried.
So were we at times. Where can we file a claim for Klondike and sourdough?
Right here. I'm the storekeeper, the mayor, the postmaster, and the land agent. Come on in the store.
There's the village just ahead. We made pretty good time.
Pull up in front of the general store. We'll go in and file our claim. So Moose Nose and Gumboot are up to their old tricks again, huh?
They're coming in.
We want to file a... Why, yow!
Clutch Cargo.
Let's get out of here.
Clutch, they're getting away.
After him, then. Quick, Walrus. Do you have a stow car?
Sure do, Clutch. And it'll outrun that rig any day. Let's go.
Clutch and his friends are soon underway.
Their tracks are clear enough. We can't lose them.
They're coming after us in old Walrus snow sled.
I'll stick to the steep slopes. We can outrun them that way. Hour after hour, the chase continues over the mountains. Finally, they hit the downgrade, leading to the old prospector's diggings.
I know a way to stop them. Hand me that rifle, Spinner.
Well, it'd just bounce off on that tractor of theirs.
I don't intend to shoot at them. Watch this.
Quit shooting, Clutch. The snow buried them.
What in tarnation is going on out there?
We just trapped those two claim jumpers. Bring us a shovel, will you?
As sheriff in these parts, I'll take them in and see they won't be around to bother you two for a long time.
Thanks, Walrus. And since we've struck pay dirt, I better remind you, you're in for a fair share.
Yeah, for grub stickiness, I figure you're due a third interest in our diggings.
Well, that reminds me. I registered your claim, and here's the deed, Klondike.
Now, hold on there, Klondike. I'll keep that deed.
Oh, no, you won't. I got it, and it's mine.
Tain't neither.
Tis too. Tain't. Tis. Tain't. Tis. Tain't. Tis.
Hold it, you two. Why don't you tear it in two pieces and each of you keep half?
Good idea, Clutch Boy. It's a wonder I didn't think of it myself.
Those two coots couldn't get along if they didn't argue all the time. They've been at it for 50 years.
And so ends the story of Clutch Cargo and his pals, Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the Alaskan Pilot. Be sure to tune in for another exciting adventure with Clutch Cargo.
Clutch Cargo and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Arctic Bird Giant. Our story opens at the Shady Rest Hotel, where Clutch and Company have taken a room.
And in room 12 of the Shady Rest Hotel, Clutch and Company are busy writing another chapter in his logbook about their last adventure.
This quiet hotel is made to order for writing, Spinner, after what we've been through.
I'll say Clutch, and Paddlefoot is almost rested up.
Mush! Quiet! Mush! Mush! Number 12, Clutch Cargo and Company's room.
I'll get it, Spinner. Oh, why, it's my old friend Snowshoe Slednik.
Ooga-looga, Clutch Cargo.
Oogle-oogle to you, Snowshoe. Come on in. Spinner, I want you to meet Snowshoe Slednik and his dog Snowball. You've heard me speak of them.
Yeah, I've always wanted to meet you, Mr. Snowshoe. Do you really have days and nights that are 6 months long, Mr. Snowshoe?
Ooga-looga.
What does oogle-oogle mean, Mr. Snowshoe?
Later, Spinner. What's all the excitement, Snowshoe? What brings you so far from the North Pole?
Much trouble, Clutch Cargo. Our old friend, Captain Lowtide, who once saved my life, in big, bad danger. His plans for giant igloo housing project with TV in every igloo have gone poof. His big ship's frozen solid in ice. Big mysterious bird giant after him.
Sounds like the same bird giant I wrote about in my Arctic adventure book. This doesn't sound good. We'd better hurry. Not a moment to lose. Step on it, driver.
Clutch and Company, anxious to help Snowshoe solve the Arctic mystery, arrive at the airport to begin their northern flight.
Almost loaded, Spinner. All aboard, everybody.
But where's Mr. Snowshoe? He's disappeared.
Uh-oh, and his dog's missing, too.
It's Paddlefoot. He's telling us something. Snowshoe, he's over this way. Follow Paddlefoot. He's got the scent. He knows where Snowshoe is. An ice cream truck? What are you stopping here for, Paddlefoot? We haven't got time.
Yeah, time's a-wasting, Paddlefoot.
Snowshoe.
And Snowball, what are you two doing in there?
Too much excitement for Snowball and me. We crawl inside this igloo to cool off.
If we're going to save Captain Lowtide, we've got to get moving. Come on, fellas, back to the plane.
Gee, I hope all your igloos up north have ice cream cones like these, Mr. Snowshoe. Yum, yum.
You fellas are going to get cooled off soon enough. Temperature dropping fast. Time to put on your Arctic clothes.
Oh, very good joke on you, Clutch Cargo. Snowball and me never take ours off. We never take chances.
Weather getting rough. Hang on to your hats.
Oh! You're playing worse than my sled on mountain peaks, Clutch Cargo.
Hey, it's snowing.
Oh, we gotta mush ahead to save Captain Lowtide.
Engines icing up. We've got to fly lower for warmer air.
Clutch, look. Look ahead.
Iceberg!
Can Clutch and Company avoid hitting that mountain of ice? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. You remember last time, Clutch Cargo and Company with Snowshoe Slednik and his dog were on their way by plane to solve the mystery of the Arctic bird giant who had been stealing Captain Lowtide's cargo. All was going well when suddenly...
Hang on. We're going to thread a needle with an airplane.
Yo! You made it, Clutch.
Phew. Ice cubes, anybody?
How come, Clutch Cargo. Flying through iceberg make you so hot.
Getting deep into Arctic territory, fellas. Won't be long now before we see the real land of the midnight sun.
Oogle, Snowball and me keep eyes open. We know we home when we see pole.
Pole? You mean the North Pole, Mr. Snowshoe?
No, totem pole. That landmark. Captain Low Tide not too many snowdrifts away. Our home very happy until mean old bird giant frighten everybody away.
Seems to me that bird giant really gets around. Keep a sharp lookout for him.
There, totem pole, Clutch Cargo. We home! We home! Oh.
Oh, boy, look at that snow. Where's my skis?
There's your totem pole, Snowshoe.
Oogle. Ah! Oh, boy, snow feels so good.
Sled's almost loaded.
I'm going to try my skis.
Just one spinner. We've got to hurry. Don't know how long Captain Low Tide can hold out.
I won't be long, Clutch. I just want to see if they work.
Oh, that paddlefoot. He funny city dog. He think totem pole alive. He Arctic tenderfoot. That totem pole been here forever.
One more thing to put on the sled, and we'll start for Captain Low Tide's ship. Snowshoe, call Spinner.
Spinner! Spinner! You come back now. We gotta muss fast. Gonna save Captain Low Tide. Come on, Spinner!
Whee! This is great.
Clutch Cargo! Help! Help! Bird tracks! Giant bird tracks!
Steady, Snowshoe. Steady, boy. By golly, they are giant bird tracks. And they lead right up to the totem pole.
Look, Clutch. They come from over that hill.
Whoa.
Maybe we better follow them.
We gotta follow them, Spinner. They go through avalanche country right to Captain Low Tide.
Clutch and Company, knowing that Captain Low Tide is in grave danger and in need of their help, hurriedly tie down their plane to protect it against the cold north wind and continue their journey. Something very strange has been watching their every move. Look, bird feet, giant bird feet.
Only very short distance now to Captain Low Tide's ship.
Good. I hope everything's all right. Hey, what's that rumbling noise?
Uh-oh. Right above Clutch and his pals, the bird giant is starting the Arctic's most feared killer, a snow slide.
Look out, everybody! Avalanche!
Can Clutch and Company survive being buried under tons of ice and snow? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the Arctic Bird Giant. You remember last time, Clutch Cargo and Company started across the frozen North Country by dog sled. A deafening roar developed. Looking up, they saw tons of snow and ice tumbling down upon them.
Wow, if it wasn't for that rock ledge, we'd be goners. I wonder if that avalanche was an accident or on purpose. Well, can't let a little thing like an avalanche stop us. Mush!
Look, Clutch. Somebody's sitting on the snow up there. I'll ski on ahead and ask him if he's seen Captain Low Tide. Pardon me, sir. Have you seen... Whoops. Pardon me, sir.
What did he say, Spinner? What did he say?
He didn't know.
Everybody stay close now. We're here. Look, there's the ship. Harpoon.
Look, Snowshoe's got a gun.
Oh, don't worry. Captain Low Tide give me this for signal. That you, Snowshoe? Ooga looga, Captain. I bring friends of yours. Clutch Cargo, Little Spinner, and City Dog Paddlefoot.
Thought you'd never get here. Hurry aboard. There's no time left.
We're coming, Captain Lowtide. Lower the ladder.
Clutch, boy. I was never so happy to see anyone in my life. Oh, if only you could have gotten here sooner.
There now, Captain. Don't give up.
Oh, I'm not giving up, though I must admit my friendly penguin Tuxedo and I've just about had it. Tuxedo and Snowshoe are certainly a comfort to me. And Tuxedo, he's my guard. It's that bird giant, Clutch. Little by little, my cargo of precious gold and valuable furs has been stolen. And whenever anything has disappeared, the snow around here has been covered with bird tracks. Giant bird tracks.
Bird tracks? Giant bird tracks? Oh, me much afraid.
Steady, Snowshoe. Don't go to pieces now. We need you, boy.
I will try. Clutch Cargo.
I've got an idea for a trap. We'll catch that bird giant tonight, and he'll never bother you and Captain Lowtide again.
Ooga looga.
Well, first, we'll raise this cargo net and we'll swing it over the railing in front of the ladder. Now, I'll hop over the side of your ship, and there. The net's flat on the ground, and I'll just cover it with snow, like that. There isn't a man or beast who'll get past that without setting off the alarm.
Well, let's not stand around here and freeze. Come on into my cabin for a rest. I'll take the upper bunk, Clutch. You sleep down here. The boys can have the hammock. Yeah, looks like they already got the idea. It's the bird giant!
We've got him! We've got the bird giant!
How will Clutch and Company deal with the dangerous bird giant? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the Arctic Bird Giant. You remember last time, Clutch Cargo and Company arrived at Captain Lowtide's ship. Clutch set a trap to catch the dangerous bird giant. Realizing how tired they were after their journey, they had just settled down for a sleep when, without warning,
Come on, everybody. On deck. We've caught the bird giant.
Bird giant?
Quick, off the floor, fellers! This way to the bird trap! Holler me! I'll turn off the whistles. You grab them with a gaffin hook, Clutch.
I'll swing the net over to the rail.
Drop him on deck. I'll fix that mean old bird giant. Me put salt on his tail.
Pull off the net, boys, and let's see what this critter looks like. It's a bird, all right.
But it's Tuxedo. Look, there goes the real bird giant.
The pesky critter's carrying away more of my stuff.
He must have thrown Tuxedo into the trap. There he goes. Come on, gang. We'll follow his tracks. He won't get away this time.
I'll stay here with my ship like a good captain should.
Paddlefoot's got the scent. Go get him, boy.
Paddlefoot can't lose those tracks. They're a yard wide. Mush.
Gee, Clutch, the tracks have stopped.
No wonder. That's hard ice. An ice bridge. The bird giant probably crossed it.
Oh, my! Me very much afraid to cross ice bridge.
If we take it real easy, Snowshoe, it ought to hold.
That not what scare me, but on other side of bridge is giant birdland.
I can't stop now. Step lightly. These ice bridges shatter like glass.
Ooh, me wish me back in cabin by stove. Me afraid.
Oh, my gosh! Who was that?
Steady. Easy doesn't. Just ice pressure.
The bird giant! The bird giant!
The bird giant! He's throwing iceberg at us!
We're in for it, men. Hang on.
Can Clutch Cargo possibly find a way to save them? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the Arctic Bird Giant. You remember last time, Clutch Cargo and Company had left the ship and had begun to follow the bird giant. His tracks took them to an ice bridge. As they started to cross...
We're picking up speed.
Only thing to do is to ride it like a toboggan. Sit tight.
We're gonna loop the loop.
Really hit hard. Everybody okay?
I think I'm okay, Clutch.
Ogle, ogle. Woof.
Good. Dig yourselves out and let's get along. Follow those tracks, Paddlefoot. That bird giant isn't too far ahead. Here's the spot where he belted us with that iceberg.
And his tracks lead deeper into giant birdland. Better mush on.
Deeper and deeper into giant birdland go Clutch and Company. Finally...
He went over behind that snowdrift.
Yes, and his tracks lead right into that old abandoned mine.
What a perfect place for a hideout. Shh, be careful. You can't tell what's inside.
Gosh, look at the giant icicle.
Move carefully. A loud noise might drop them on our heads like 1,000 daggers.
Oh, my, you look funny through ice, Spinner.
You should see yourself. Wow.
If you fellas don't stop that noise, we'll have the whole ceiling down on us.
Clutch, look.
No giant bird, but look at all this stuff.
Golly, he must live here.
This all Captain Low-Tide stuff. We take it back to ship.
Oh, no, you don't. That stuff all belongs to me now. That's mine, all mine.
You look like a bird, but you talk like a man. I've known all along you were a phony, fur bird.
Oh, maybe, but I don't fool around. One step closer, and I pop this paper bag.
Pop that bag, and it'll bring a ton of icicles down on us.
That's the idea. I'm protected. You're in the line of fire. Oh, curses.
Saved by a wet bag.
Look how Clutch. He's got a pointed icicle.
No, I get you.
Glad I had commando training.
Oh, you think so?
I know so. Bird giant, eh? No wonder he was so tall. Oh, he's wearing bird feet still. Pull that phony bird's head off, boys. Let's see who our fine feathered friend really is.
Why, it's Pierre Lamoose. Him biggest thief in Arctic. Over, over. Me see Captain Low-Tide ship. Look.
That's her, all right. I'm sure the captain will be glad to see us.
Ahoy there, Clutch Cargo! Did you catch the bird giant?
A bird giant turned out to be Pierre Lamoose, the most dangerous criminal in the frozen north. Bah! He won't scare or harm anyone else. We'll put him away for a long time.
Bless you, Clutch and Spinner. Now that I have my furs and gold back, I can go ahead with my igloo housing development with a TV set in every igloo.
Thank you so much, Clutch Cargo and Spinner, for capturing Bird Giant. Oogle oogle.
You're welcome, Snowshoe. Oogle oogle to you.
Now I know what oogle oogle means. It means anything you want it to mean. Oogle oogle.
And so ends the story of Clutch Cargo and the Arctic Bird Giant. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch Cargo and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot.
Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, The Big X.
Oh, no. This is terrible. I must do something. I'll send a message to Clutch Cargo. He'll know what to do.
Paddlefoot, what is it? Look, Clutch, a paper airplane flew in the window.
What? How could that be? We're on the 85th floor.
Hey, something's written on it.
What does it say, Spinner?
It says, help, something big, come at once. And it's signed Professor Stargazer.
Professor Stargazer? Why, he's the outstanding space observer of our time. If he sees something big, it must be awfully big. Come on, Spinner. We've got to get to his observatory right away.
But the plane is in the repair shop, Clutch.
We'll take Timmy Murphy's dragster. He said we could use it in case of emergency. We'll take the shortcut straight across the desert.
Clutch Cargo. I'm so glad you got my message. Come up here quick. I want you to take a look at something. In here.
Why, it's a big thing.
Like I said, and that isn't all. It's headed right this way.
You mean...
Precisely. In exactly 4 hours, 32 minutes, and 12 seconds, mountain time, that big thing will collide with the moon.
Why, it'll crush the moon to bits.
Exactly, Clutch. That's why I called on you. What are we going to do?
There's only one thing to do. We've got to go up there and stop it.
I knew I could count on you, Clutch. But how?
Well, now, let's see. Cape Canaveral's big beastie is in orbit, and Minerva the Third blew up on the pad.
Oh, dear. Then there's no space rockets available.
Hey, Clutch, what about Professor Knockwurst, the rocket wizard?
Good boy, Spinner. We'll have to hurry. It's a long way out to his pad.
What if Professor Knockwurst doesn't have a rocket ready, Clutch?
If anybody's got a space rocket on the ground, he will. He does nothing but build them and test them.
I do hope he has one ready. Otherwise, the moon is doomed.
Just ahead, we find Professor Knockwurst does indeed have his latest rocket ready on the launching pad. The professor is making the last-second adjustment.
There! All fixed! Ready to blast off! Now! 10, 9...
Professor Knockwurst, hey, it's me, Clutch Cargo.
8,
Come on down.
7, 6, 5...
It's urgent.
Can't spare a minute, Clutch. I'm in the middle of my countdown. 4, 3, back, 2...
No, Professor.
Don't do it!
Out of the way!
Wow, what a spot! What will Clutch do? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, The Big X. You remember last time, Clutch and Company had received a strange message from Professor Stargazer. Something big was on its way. Soon, Clutch and Company arrived at the professor's. They found that something big was about to hit the moon. The only way to stop it was by rocket. But as they approached Professor Knockwurst's pad,
isn't she a beaut? Look at her go! Best one I ever built.
Professor, I'm sorry you did that.
Why do you say such a thing, Clutch? Why, that was my first successful rocket this year.
You mean that was your only rocket that can reach out into space?
Well, maybe it is, and then maybe it isn't. Why do you ask, Clutch?
It's about Big X.
It's a great big thing, headed straight for the moon.
Yes, some giant unidentifiable object will collide with the moon in exactly 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 15 seconds mountain time. The shattering of the moon will affect our ocean tides.
The Earth will be showered with moon pieces.
We are counting on you, Professor Knockwurst.
Oi, 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 oi! Oh, why didn't you tell me?
We tried to, Professor, but you had already started your countdown.
Okay, then maybe we can beat that big thing yet. Follow me. I still have my first rocket ship. It didn't fly so good, but then, who's perfect?
Can't you fix it?
Well, with a week of tinkering, maybe. Oopsie!
There's not enough time, Professor. You'll have to fix it on the way.
Well, now, I don't know. Now, he might get off the ground, but after that, who knows?
We'll have to chance it. We've got to save that moon.
Okay, Clutch boy. The flattens and plumers are all fastened, ready to start the countdown.
Roger, Professor. We're all set up here. Start counting, Spinner.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off!
Nothing happened.
What's wrong, Clutch?
Well, looks like we're about ready to start.
Looks like we're not going to get off. For a moment there, I thought she was going to go.
Rocket got off, but will it really fly? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, The Big X. You remember last time, Clutch and Company with Professor Stargazer were trying to stop a big thing from hitting the moon. They needed a rocket to intercept it. Suddenly, Professor Knockwurst remembered his first rocket.
Wow-wee, what a takeoff!
We're still accelerating.
Hey, Clutch boy, how about that for a takeoff? Old Betsy's got more gun up and vent than I remembered.
If we continue at this splendid rate of speed, I calculate we should intercept this Big X unknown object in precisely 1 hour, 28 and 8/10 seconds mountain time.
But how are we ever going to stop it from crashing?
That's a good question, Spinner boy. I'm working on it.
Our forward flight characteristics seem stable enough, Professor Knockwurst. But what do we do in case we have to change course?
Let's see.
I got to install the flutes, jammers. Then maybe a little fixing on the forward flutings. Yeah, maybe I should get started already.
Yeah. Good idea, Professor. Every second counts.
Golly, Clutch. You mean we can't stop this thing?
I know it's risky, Spinner, but taking off under repairs is our only chance of stopping Big X.
Clutch, Spinner, Paddlefoot, come here, quick. See this? Now this is us, approaching the area of the moon. Here's the moon up here. And look, this is Big X, moving in fast.
Golly!
We're right on course, on schedule. Hope our luck holds.
Jiminy, Paddlefoot. Looky way down there. The Earth's getting teenier and teenier.
According to my dials, we should be nearing our objective, Big X. How about checking it out on the radar scope, Professor Stargazer?
Uh-huh. Oh, yes. Very interesting. In fact, getting more interesting by the minute. In 2 more minutes, we should hit our objective right on the nose.
Hit it? We're not supposed to hit it. We're just supposed to intercept it.
Why, yes, of course. You're so right.
Quick, Spinner. Yell down to Professor Knockwurst and see if the forward fluting rejectors is installed yet.
How's that?
I say, can you have it fixed in 2 minutes?
You mean we are already there?
Not only are we already there, we're about to plow into that big thing.
It's coming in fast. I'd say offhand about 18,000 miles an hour.
Professor, can't you hurry?
I think I got her fixed, Clutch. Give her a try.
Look out! We almost collided with Big X.
Good. Professor Knockwurst fixed the guidance system in the nick of time.
Wonderful work, Professor Knockwurst. You fixed it.
Thanks, Clutch. Keep steering. I still have to attach the flagon boomers yet.
Gentlemen, quick, take a look at this. Now, see? This is the surface of the moon. Here's our rocket ship coming in fast, straight at it. And over here, notice how erratically Big X is traveling, also headed straight at the moon.
Golly!
That's strange. Big X seems to be trying to follow us.
Precisely.
Clutch, the professor's right. It's getting closer and closer.
Hey, Professor Knockwurst, pour on the coals. We've got a hot comet on our tail.
Golly, will Clutch and Company and the professors be able to shake the hot comet? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Big X. You remember last time, Clutch and Company and the 2 professors had set out in Professor Knockwurst's first unsuccessful rocket. The professor was building it as they flew. Within minutes after takeoff, they were just about to hit Big X when...
Hey, Professor Knockwurst, pour on the coals. We've got a hot comet on our tail.
Yeah, sure, Clutch, right away.
We're coming down on that moon awfully fast. Any idea of what's making that thing chase us, Professor?
Yes, I do have a theory. I figure Big X is attracted by the ionized particles in our slipstream. Our rocket flame is leaving a path of negative charged elements that is attracting active positive molecules in that runaway comet.
If that's the case, we're in luck.
Huh?
If that thing is so intent on following us, we'll just pull up and keep it from crashing the moon.
But what about us?
We'll worry about that later, Spinner. Hold on to your hats, everybody. Here goes.
Hurry, Clutch, do something! We saved the moon, Clutch, but Big X is still getting closer and closer. What are we going to do now, Clutch?
We'll try to outrun it, Spinner.
Well, Clutch Boy, looks like you did it again. We're keeping ahead.
Yep, fellas. Looks like we're going to outrun it.
I thought we were goners for a minute.
According to my calculations, the further away we get from that comet, the less likely it is to catch up with us.
What's wrong? What happened?
Professor Knockwurst, what's wrong?
Quick, Clutch, throttle back. The rocket boilers are about to blow. Old Betsy can't stand this pace. She's liable to blow to pieces.
But if we slow down, Big X will get us. Clutch, it's catching up with us again.
Well, we better do something quick. Old Betsy's rocket boilers are going to burst.
If Big X is attracted to the ionized particles in our slipstream, doesn't it make sense if we cut the engines, it'll stop following us?
Well, yes, and then again, maybe no. It really hasn't been proven scientifically as yet.
Better do something quick, Clutch.
Oh, no, not again. Will Clutch and Company ever escape that monstrous Big X? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Big X. You remember last time, Clutch and Company and his friends, flying into space in a huge rocket ship, were attracting Big X by the ionized particles in their slipstream.
Better do something quick, Clutch.
Right.
You did it! You did it, Clutch! Big X slowed down. It's not going to crash us.
Wonderful, Spinner. We lucked out.
What now, Clutch?
First off, I want to take a closer look at that thing. Break out the spacesuit, Spinner.
Right, Clutch.
Professor Knockwurst, roll the ship to horizontal flight attitude with the air compressors.
Right, Clutch.
Okay, Spinner. All set. Open the space hatch. Say, Spinner, did you hear that?
Golly! I'll say it made music when we touched down.
Hey, listen to this.
Yeah, and how about this one?
Hey, Professor, listen to this. What do you think it is?
Clutch, my boy, we've stumbled across the greatest find of the century.
You really think so?
I'm positive it's a musical meteorite, the rarest thing in space.
Yeah, go on.
It's composed of pure nickelodeum.
No!
Nickelodeum? What's that?
Nickelodeum is the rarest of musical metals. Its crystal structure enables it to vibrate in perfect harmonics.
Let's hug her on and tow it back to Earth with us.
Yeah, Clutch. It will be the pride and the joy of the Space Museum.
All set, Professor. We'll tow her in using the auxiliary air compressor jets.
Yeah, just the thing. Safer that way.
Good old Earth again.
Reverse motors, Professor. Prepare for landing.
thanked so much, Clutch and Spinner. You not only helped us save the moon, but you brought back this musical meteorite.
Glad to help, professors.
Looky, Paddlefoot is up on top of Big X.
And so ends the story of Clutch, Cargo, and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the Big X. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch, Cargo. Clutch, Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, in another exciting adventure, the Blunderbird. Our story opens in the heart of the Amazon jungle, where the jungle wireless is carrying a frantic message. A frantic message for help.
Hey, Clutch! Listen, what's that?
It's a message for us, Spinner. From the Amazon.
What does it say, Clutch?
Shh. Listen. It says, friendly headhunters got big trouble. Stop. Come quick. Stop. Signed, Swampy. Why, it's from our old friend Swampy.
Gee, Clutch, does that mean we're going to the Amazon?
That's right, Spinner. Just as fast as we can.
I remember the friendly headhunters, Clutch. They were a swell bunch of guys.
Yes, Spinner. They once helped us when we were in real trouble. Now it's our turn to help them. We should be there in a couple of hours.
Gosh, Clutch, all I can see for miles and miles is jungle. Where are we going to land?
There's a river right near Swampy's place. It's wide enough for a landing, and we'll soon be there.
Paddlefoot is getting anxious.
Well, tell him he won't have long to wait, Spinner. I can see Swampy's landing dead ahead.
There's Mr. Swampy waiting for us.
Clutch boy and Spinner, see you got my message.
Sure did, Swampy. Got here as soon as we could.
Come on, folks. I got my little old jungle buggy right over there.
Oh, boy, Clutch. Looky, Swampy's animal buddies. They're beaten, battered, and busted.
Yep. And still not a tooth among the four of us. Yeah. Had to bring them with me, Clutch. They're afraid to be alone.
Your animals are afraid?
Uh-huh.
Afraid, Swampy? Afraid of what?
Come on. I'll tell you all about it on the way. Everybody in the jungle is scared, Clutch. Even our friends, the friendly headhunters, have moved their village 3 times. And most all the wild animals have abandoned the jungle.
What on earth is it, Swampy? What's terrifying everyone?
A monstrous bird, Clutch. When he walks through the jungle, it sounds like thunder.
Thunder? Have you tried to capture him, Swampy?
Clutch, boy, we couldn't even stop this big critter with an elephant trap. You'll see, Clutch. You'll see. It won't be long now. The friendly headhunters' village is just a couple of miles ahead.
Golly! Have you ever seen this giant bird, Mr. Swampy?
No, Spinner boy, but I've seen what he can do.
I'd sure like to see his tracks.
You won't have to wait long, Clutch. See? Look at there. Those big tracks across our road.
Wowee!
See what I mean?
The giant track? What can it be? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Blunderbird. You remember last time, Clutch and Company were called to the jungle by drums whose sound originated thousands of miles away. After meeting with their old pal Swampy, he tells them of a monstrous bird who has everyone scared, even the friendly headhunters.
That's the biggest footprint I've ever seen.
I've been tracking nigh on to 40 years, and I've never seen anything like it.
The way those tracks are sunk into the ground, I'd say that whatever made them weighs at least 2,000 pounds.
That's what I figured, Clutch.
Golly! 2,000 pounds!
Come on. We better get on to the village.
It's just over the next little rise now.
It'll be good to see Chief Headley again.
Hey, the village looks deserted.
No, there's Chief Headley now. It's us, Chief Headley. I brought Clutch, Cargo, Spinner, and Paddlefoot.
Oh, splendid, my dear Swampy. It is so good to see you, Clutch and Spinner. We are in such desperate trouble.
We've heard, Chief Headley.
Where are all your villagers?
I sent all my people further west. The monster bird came again last night.
Was anyone hurt, Chief?
No, Clutch. The monster bird did not actually enter the village, but I did not wish to take any unnecessary chances. I was afraid he would strike.
Have you seen the monster, Chief? Do you know what kind of a beast it is?
Only from its tracks, Clutch. Come into my house. I want to show you something. I have done considerable research on these giant tracks. Have you seen the tracks, Clutch?
Yes, I have, Chief. Swampy showed us the tracks on the way here.
Does this look like the tracks you saw?
It certainly does, Chief.
That's the critter's tracks, all right.
It says here, this is the footprint of the extinct pterodactyl, a giant flying reptile of the genus Pterodactylus, characterized by wing-like anterior limbs.
No.
This is more serious than I thought. We've got to figure a way to stop this creature.
That is why my two warriors and I stayed behind. We must stop him here.
Do you have a plan, Chief Headley?
Yes, preparations are being made now. But we do not have much time.
Then we'd better go outside and see if we can help.
Good idea, Clutch. Soon it will be dark, and the monster will come. We must be ready. You see, my warriors are placing big spears in the ground to form a barricade. If the monster charges into our village in the dark, he will run into those spears.
It's a good defense barrier, Chief. But what we need is firepower to back it up.
I got my big high-powered rifle over in the jungle buggy, Clutch.
Unless I miss my guess, Swampy, one rifle won't be enough to stop a giant pterodactyl.
Is it really the monstrous bird? Will they see it or get it? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch, Cargo. Clutch, Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Blunderbird. You remember last time, Clutch, Cargo and Company, with Swampy, had entered the village of the friendly headhunters. Chief Headley told them about giant pterodactyls that roamed the earth, claiming that the huge tracks belonged to one of them. As they were about to trap the giant birds,
What are we going to do, Clutch?
I've got a plan that ought to stop him dead in his tracks. Got any spare inner tubes, Swampy?
Why, sure, Clutch. Spare inner tubes are something I always carry. These jungle trails ain't exactly no freeways, you know.
What is your plan, Clutch?
That row of trees over there. We can cut them into giant slingshots.
I am beginning to get the idea already, Clutch.
Swampy, you and I will take the jungle buggy and gather some straight saplings.
I better hurry and get my animal buddies inside where they'll be safe.
Spinner, You and Paddlefoot gather lots of firewood.
Right, Clutch.
We want to be able to see what we're shooting at, right?
Right, Clutch. Let's get to work.
With good teamwork, Operation Stop Monster makes great strides towards completion. As each person pitches in and does his part, the super slingshots are soon made ready for defense of the friendly headhunters' village.
That ought to be enough wood, Paddlefoot. You were a big help.
Well, Chief Headley, our defenses are about ready.
Righto, Clutch Cargo. The slings are all loaded.
Now all we have to do is run the trip line into your hut and wait.
I'm sure we won't have to wait long. It will soon be dark.
Right, Chief. We'll light the fire now and get inside.
I sure hope this big bird booby trap works, Clutch.
It should, Swampy. I set the spears to fire about 10 feet above the ground. They should hit the monster dead center.
Gosh, what if we miss him? And he just keeps coming.
Don't think about it, Spinner.
Hey. Listen, I think I hear something coming.
Take it easy, everybody. Let's not panic.
Get ready, Clutch boy. Something's almost to our line of fire.
Right, Swampy. A few more steps, and I'll let him have it.
Let's take a look outside, Clutch boy. I think we got him.
Oh, no, we didn't. Listen.
Wowee, that critter sure must be tough. Oh, dear. If he finds us here, it will be most embarrassing. A pterodactyl has a most terrible temper.
Shh. Don't make a sound. Maybe he'll go away.
Hey, listen. He stopped.
By Jove, now. Is he going away? Take a careful peek outside, Clutch, and see what it looks like. Careful, Clutch.
Oh, no. Our fire's out, and it's dark as pitch. Quick, douse the lights, Chief. He's bound to spot us.
Wow, with the fire out, will the bird attack? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Blunderbird. You remember last time, Clutch and Company with Swampy and Chief Headley figured out a way to trap the giant pterodactyl. Waiting breathlessly, they finally heard the giant bird and let go with a shower of slingshot arrows. However, the bird got away. Now...
What are we going to do now, Clutch?
We can't venture out there in that dark jungle. We better wait it out here in the hut until daybreak.
But what if that critter comes back?
Keep your fingers crossed and hope that won't happen.
Morning finally comes. All is quiet in the little village of the friendly headhunters.
All's clear.
Ah, my two trusty warriors are unharmed. Look, the monster walked right through our big bonfire.
Walked through it. Why, he stomped it all out.
Woo-wee, a fire-stomping pterodactyl. And his footprints go right through my village.
I can't understand how we missed him with our barrage of spears.
We sure missed him, all right. Look over there.
Woo-woo! Look at that. How could anything survive that shower of spears?
We're going after that bird. We could stop him with one well-placed shot.
It better be a good one, Clutch boy, or that old pterodactyl is liable to have us for dinner. And I don't mean as dinner-type guests, neither. I'll go in the hut and get my trusty shooting rifle.
Chief, you and your two warriors better stay here to guard the village while we look for this monster.
Clutch! My tiger buddy is missing! Help, Clutch! I thought he was in here with battered and beaten.
Suppose he went out during the night?
You mean the big monster bird got him?
Poor old Busted never harmed a soul in his life.
Hey, Paddlefoot. What is it, boy?
He's trying to tell us something.
It's something inside my desk. Quick, open it, Swampy. Well, I'll be Busted. What are you doing in there, you old toothless tiger buddy?
He was hiding from the big monster bird, Swampy.
Can't say that I blame him, what with no teeth to defend himself.
Okay, Swampy. Grab your rifle. Let's get started.
Good luck, gentlemen, and be careful. Thanks, Chief, we will. And look after my animal buddies till we get back.
Look, there's a big ravine ahead.
I'll see. And would you look at that? The ravine's at least 10 feet across, and he stepped right over like it was nothing.
With a stride like that, he must be at least 20 feet tall.
Well, it's a cinch we can't get across like he did.
We'll have to go around the ravine and pick up the trail on the other side.
Mile after mile over rough terrain, our heroes Clutch Cargo, Spinner, Swampy, and Paddlefoot follow the tracks of the monstrous prehistoric bird of mystery.
Uh-oh. The tracks end right here at the water's edge.
Yeah, they sure do. But I don't see any 20-foot birds standing around.
Wait a minute. These tracks don't stop here. See? They go right out on that narrow peninsula.
Right out onto that jungle island.
Well, men, looks like we've reached the end of the trail. Swampy, hand me the rifle. Get ready. This is it.
Will this be the end of the trail for the giant pterodactyl? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the Blunderbird. You remember last time, Clutch and Company with their old friend Swampy followed the tracks of the giant bird. They led them over hill and through water until finally they came to a small peninsula. Without a doubt, this is where the pterodactyl lives.
That's the end of the trail, all right.
A regular dead end.
That big critter's bound to be right on that island.
Are we going in after him, Clutch?
We sure are, Spinner. This is the showdown with Mr. Pterodactyl. Let's go.
Looks like somebody had a fire, Clutch.
Our bird monster seems to have stomped it out, Spinner.
Woo-wee, he sure did. Look at that. I don't see how that old bird can keep from getting a hotfoot.
He might be asleep. We'll move in quietly.
Hey, Clutch, looky. There's the river.
We've come clear across the island, and not a sign of him.
Hey, listen. I think I hear him.
It's coming from behind us.
Sounds like he's crossing that narrow part of the peninsula.
Come on. Let's take cover behind that big rock. Now, everybody. As soon as he steps out, I'll blast him.
My gosh, there's a whole bunch of them.
They're behind that big tree.
Well, I'll be.
Never seen anything like it before in my whole life.
Little teeny birds with great big feet. What are they, Clutch?
I'm not quite sure. Swampy, throw a match out there.
What are you doing? You started the grass on fire.
Uh-huh.
What do you mean, huh?
Why, those are blunderbirds, known for stomping out fires. I thought they were extinct.
They're kind of cute. But look, they walk in each other's tracks.
That's why their tracks are so deep. Brother birds, eh? Yes, Clutch. That certainly explains why they were marching around in our village. They were on fire patrol. The book says, and I quote, "The blunder bird or stomper bird of the genus Steperopithus is a natural-born firefighter, known for its peculiar trait of stomping out fires."
It's the greatest friends you could have in the forest, Chief. They can hop 20 feet and always travel in groups of 4.
They are believed to be extinct since Precambrian times. No.
And so ends the story of Clutch, Cargo, and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the Blunderbird. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch, Cargo. Clutch, Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, in another exciting adventure, Bush Pilot.
See, Paddlefoot? This crystal set we built works keen. Listen what happens when I move around the little tuning wire. It's called a cat's whisker. Listen.
Mayday.
Hey, I think we picked up a distress message. Listen, Paddlefoot.
Mayday, calling Clutch Cargo.
Clutch Cargo? Hey, Clutch, come here quick.
Mayday, calling Cargo.
Why, I know that voice. It's my old friend, Pete Moss, the bush pilot.
This is Pete Moss. I am down in the woods. Radio broken. I cannot receive. My position is...
He's down in the northern wilds, Clutch. What do we do?
We're going up there and find him, Spinner, as soon as we can outfit our plane and get underway.
Gee, Clutch, the northern wilds is awful big country. Do you think we'll be able to find Mr. Moss?
I didn't get his exact location, but I do know Pete flies supplies into the Big Moose Lake region. There's Outpost Junction now, Spinner, just ahead. There's the general store and the gas dock, where all the pilots gas up.
Clutch, Cargo. As I live and breathe, what brings you up to this neck of the woods?
Howdy, Smokey. I'm looking for Pete Moss, the bush pilot. Has he been through here lately?
He gassed up here last week. Didn't say where he was heading. You might talk to Pack Rat over there. Maybe he can tell you.
Why, yes, Mr. Cargo. I talked to Pete Moss. It was only last week he flew off on that away.
Did he mention any places where he intended stopovers?
Well, now, he did say he was going to pick up some furs from Trapper Jack, but from there on, he didn't say.
Trapper Jack? I know him. How do you get there from here?
Well, now, closest way is over Moose Lake, but it's a mite risky.
Know of a safer route, Mr. Packrat?
Well, now, you could head due west, but you gotta travel at 10,000 feet.
10,000 feet? Why 10,000 feet?
Because if you go higher, your wings lice up.
That figures. But why not lower than 10,000 feet?
Oh, you can't do that. The mosquitoes will eat you up alive.
Yes, they could at that. This is mosquito season, all right. Come on, Spinner and Paddlefoot, let's go.
Well, good luck, boys. But remember, fly at 10,000 feet.
I hope they can find Mr. Pete Moss before it's too late.
Me too, Spinner. There's a dense overcast forming.
I'll say, maybe it'll be clearer at 10,000 feet.
We'd better go up and see, but quick.
But it's worse than ever up here.
Visibility 0. We can't go any higher because of icing conditions.
But how can we see if there are any mountains ahead?
me.
If Clutch Cargo stays at 10,000 feet like I told him, he'll run smack dab into 12,000-foot Mount Sawtooth. And it's just as I planned.
Will Clutch and Company smash into Mount Sawtooth? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Bush Pilot. You remember last time, Spinner and Paddlefoot picked up a distress signal from Pete Moss, a bush pilot lost in the northern wilds. Clutch and Company arrive to help locate Pete. They meet Slick Pack Rat. He tells them how to find Pete, but it's a trick.
If Clutch Cargo stays at 10,000 feet like I told him, he'll run smack dab into 12,000-foot Mount Sawtooth.
Clutch! Look! Just ahead! Whee! That was a close one!
That guy Pack Rat must have known that mountain was there. I wonder if he deliberately tried to wreck us.
According to the chart, Caribou Lake is just ahead.
Good. That's where Pete was supposed to meet Trapper Jack.
Look, Clutch. Smoke coming up at the south end of the lake.
Maybe that's our man. We'll land on the lake and take a look. Tighten your seatbelts. Here goes.
There's someone over there, Clutch.
It's Trapper Jack, all right. I'd recognize old Trapper anywhere. Hi there, Trapper.
Well, let's live and breathe. Clutch Cargo. Sure good to see you, but I was expecting Pete Moss, the bush pilot.
That's why we're here, Trapper. We were hoping you could tell us where he is.
Why, no, Clutch. I've been waiting for old Pete for 3 days. He's supposed to bring me supplies and pick up my fur trappings.
That's why we're here, Mr. Trapper. We heard his SOS message on our crystal set. He's down in the wild someplace.
You don't say. Sure hope nothing happened to good old Pete Moss. Why, there must be 50 trappers and miners dependent on Pete and his plane.
Aren't there any other bush pilots working this territory?
Oh, sure. There's Slick Pack Rat, but he's a highbinder. Why, he nicks us 6 times the hauling fee old Pete charges. Most of us can't afford him.
I see. This is beginning to make sense. Anything happens to Pete, Pack Rat would benefit the most.
We'd have to pay his rates or give up.
We just gotta find Mr. Pete.
Do you know any of his stops before he gets here?
Why, yes, Clutch. I do know he stops at Moose Meadow, Trickle Creek, and Moon Lake before he gets to me.
Then we'd better check those places. He's down someplace and needs help.
Maybe we better send my fur trappings in by that highbinder Slick Pack Rat, 'cause he's due today.
Don't do that, Jack. We'll be back by here on our way out. We'll taxi up to the far end of the lake, turn around, and head into the wind. We want to make sure we clear those trees. We should make it from here.
So there's Cargo. He made it over the mountain. I'll get him this time.
That's funny. I think I heard another plane.
You're right, Clutch. There's another plane right on top of us. He's trying to make us crash into those trees.
Danger in the air. Pack Rat trying to force Clutch and Company down. Will he succeed? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Bush Pilot. You remember last time, Clutch and Company narrowly escaped hitting Sawtooth Mountain. At Caribou Lake, they meet Trapper Jack. He tells them Patrack is a crook. They start out by air again to find Pete Moss.
There's another plane right on top of us. She's trying to make us crash into those trees.
Full throttle, Spinner. We'll force him up.
Get it, Clutch. He's stalling out. Clutch, he's going to crash into the lake.
Oh, no. He's recovering. But it's got to be a rough landing.
Wow, that cargo can fly. But I'll get him yet.
You asked for that one, Slick Packrat, and you sure got it, by cracky.
That was Slick Packrat, Clutch. Are we going back?
No, Spinner. We'll take care of him later. Right now, we've got to keep searching for Pete Moss.
Here's the lake now, Clutch.
I'm going to make a pass at treetop level, Spinner. You and Paddlefoot keep a sharp lookout.
Down there, Clutch. There's a path cut through the trees.
That could be what we're looking for. We'll set her down and take a better look.
What's that? I hear a motor.
Hello there.
Hey, Clutch, did you hear that?
I sure did. Sounded like Pete. Come on, Spinner. Pete! Pete Moss!
Boy, am I ever glad to see you fellas. I didn't know if my call for help got through.
Spinner and Paddlefoot picked up your SOS on their homemade crystal set.
Are you hurt bad, Mr. Pete?
No, nothing but a busted leg. Only bothers me when I stand on it. And with a busted airplane, I really got myself hung up.
How'd the crash happen, Pete?
It was that sneaky guy, Slick Packrat. He rode me into these pine trees when I was trying to take off.
Gosh, he tried to do the same thing to us. Clutch, listen. Paddlefoot hears something.
I hear it. It's a plane.
That's Packrat's plane. I'd know the sound of his engine anywhere.
Come on. We must get back to our plane fast.
Looks like cargo's plane down there. He must have found Pete Moss. Well, I'd better do something about that.
He's diving on us.
I'll tie off the controls in level flight so the plane will fly itself. Then, now, 1, 2.
His back door is open. He's...
3.
Look out!
Slick Packrat trying to wreck Clutch's plane with that old oil drum. What will happen? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Bush Pilot. You remember last time, Clutch and Company had found the Trapper Jack and took off, but were almost forced out of the air by Slick Packrat. Find Pete Moss they did. As they prepared to fly him out...
Clutch, he's diving on us.
Now, 1, 2, 3.
Look out! Boy, that was close.
He tried to smash our plane, Clutch.
We better get out of here before he comes back.
You're right, Pete. If that guy comes back, I want to meet him in the air. Spinner, go get the gear from Pete's plane.
See any sign of him?
I can't see him anywhere.
He's not behind us.
Okay, here we go.
pack rat is gone for now.
We'll head back for Caribou Lake and leave the supplies for Trapper Jack.
There's a lot of people depending on me to bring them supplies and pick up their stuff.
We'll help, Mr. Pete.
I'm afraid I'm out of business. Plane busted, leg busted.
Don't worry, Pete. We'll fill in for you for a few days till we got your plane fixed.
Here's Caribou Lake just ahead.
We'll make a quick pickup and be off for Outpost Junction. Trapper Jack, and he's all excited about something. What's the matter, Trapper?
That no-account pack rat run off with my furs.
You mean he stole them?
That's right. I wouldn't make a hauling deal with him, so he grabbed my furs.
And he took off without leaving me any supplies.
We'll get your furs back for you. Pete, throw out his supplies and let's get going.
Here you are, Jack.
Much obliged, Pete.
See you next month.
Hello, Smokey.
Well, Pete Moss, so they found you, huh? You okay?
Just need a little patching up for my plane and myself, and we'll be back in the air.
Have you seen anything of that pack rat character?
Sure have. He just fueled up and flew out of here going south.
He's the one that knocked me down.
He tried to get us, too, and he stole Mr. Trapper's furs.
Thought it seemed funny. He had quite a few furs and some gold dust aboard.
Better fuel us up, Smokey. We're going after him.
You gotta get him, Clutch. He knows the jig's up.
He's running off with all the loot in the territory.
Don't worry, Pete. We'll get him.
You better be careful, Clutch. He had a machine gun with him.
A machine gun? What are we going to do, Clutch?
I don't know, Spinner. We've got to stop him.
Will Clutch still attempt to get Pack Rat, even though he knows Slick has a machine gun? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Bush Pilot. You remember last time, Slick Pack Rat barely missed hitting Clutch's plane with that oil drum. This didn't stop Clutch. He flew Pete Moss back to the settlement and was determined to get Pack Rat.
You better be careful, Clutch. He had a machine gun with him.
A machine gun? What are we going to do, Clutch?
I don't know, Spinner, but we've got to stop him.
Smokey said Mr. Packrat left about 10 minutes ahead of us.
We can catch him, Spinner. Our plane is much faster.
Are you sure we want to? Remember, he has a machine gun.
I know, Spinner. Keep a sharp lookout. We don't want to be surprised.
I see a plane up ahead, Clutch.
That's him, all right. That's our Mr. Slick Packrat.
Now what?
We're going to play a little game of nerves.
You're not going alongside of him, are you, Clutch?
Yes, Spinner. I want him to know we're here.
But he could shoot us down.
We'll make a fast rising pass, so it'll be tough for him to hit us and still fly that thing.
Where's my gun? Where is my gun?
Boy, he sure took him by surprise. Look, he's shooting.
He didn't hit us, but we better get back on his tail now.
I missed him, but I'll be ready for him next time.
He can't hit us as long as we stay just behind and above him, Spinner. But we can sure worry him. Watch
What's he doing? He's right on my tail. I gotta lose him.
You're getting on his nerves, huh, Clutch?
We sure are, Spinner. But we've only started.
I can't lose him, and I can't shoot him. Oh, no. Oh, no!
What'll happen if he pulls up?
He won't, Spinner. We could fly without pontoons, but he can't fly without a tail. This is Clutch Cargo, Pack Rat. Have you had enough?
Okay, Cargo. No, don't bump my tail anymore. I've had enough.
Throw out the gun and head back to outposts.
Okay, Cargo. I'll do what you say.
Now turn around and head back. And don't try any funny business. I'll be right on top of you.
I'll take care of Pack Rat till the Mounties get here, Clutch. I sure want to thank you, Clutch and Spinner, for all the people in the territory.
Our pleasure, Pete. Glad we could help.
Flying bush pilot for a few days will be fun, huh, Paddlefoot?
And so ends the story of Clutch, Cargo, and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and Bush Pilot. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch, Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cheddar Cheaters. Clutch and Company began their flight over the Atlantic at dawn and are at this moment just off the Holland coast.
But, Clutch, you didn't tell me what all the rush was about.
I meant to, Spinner, but I guess I just forgot. I received a cablegram from Chris Kreider, the most famous cheesemaker in all the world. Chris has been a good friend of mine for many years.
Is he in terrible trouble?
Just because he sent for me, I'd say his trouble's bad enough. We've just got to help him.
Right, Clutch.
Meanwhile, near the quaint little Dutch village of Cheeseboro, the village famous for Chris Kreider's cheddar cheese, Chris and his little daughter Gretchen await Clutch's arrival.
4 of my prize cows missing out of the clear blue sky, and no trace of them anywhere.
I don't see how a man as busy as Clutch Cargo can take time out to help us.
Clutch will be here. Wait and see.
Well, I read his adventure logbook. If anyone can help us, he can.
Oh, don't look now, but here comes that no-good tulip peddler Stinky Brinky and his pal Gus Gooseneck on their way to market.
Yo-ho. Hello, Chris.
I ask you again, don't be so friendly with that loafer.
All right, Papa.
I don't know why, but I just don't like him.
Golly, Clutch, do you think we'll wear wooden shoes like the Dutch people?
Well, that depends. If we have to disguise ourselves, we'll have to wear them.
Paddlefoot, too?
Yes, maybe even Paddlefoot.
Look, Clutch, it's a welcome sign cut right out of the tulips.
By golly, that's Chris's place. He said he'd fix the landing signal. Hold on. We're going down. There's Chris. And by golly, there's little Gretchen. She sure has grown.
Welcome, Clutch. Didn't I tell you, Gretchen? I knew he'd come.
You were right, Papa. Welcome to Holland, Mr. Cargo.
Thanks. Glad to be here. These are my pals, Spinner and Paddlefoot.
How do you do?
Wow. Come to the house, Clutch. I will tell you why I sent for you. Maybe Spinner and Paddlefoot would like to look around. Gretchen will take some.
I would like to.
That's mighty nice of you, Gretchen.
Not at all, Mr. Cargo. It is my pleasure. Shall we start with the windmill? Oh, boy, keen.
Don't be gone long, Spinner. We've got work to do.
And so, that's the story, Clutch. Out of my herd of 24 prize cows, 4 of them have disappeared in 4 days without a trace.
Yes, Chris, this is serious. I can see why you're alarmed.
You know I have always made the finest cheddar cheese, but if I don't stop losing cows, I can't continue to make cheese. What can we do?
I don't know at this point. But we'll find those cows, or my name isn't Clutch Cargo.
Again, Clutch, my thanks to you. Why...
Wait a minute, Chris. Something's wrong with Paddlefoot. What is it, boy? He wants us to go with him. Come on, Chris. Lead the way, Paddlefoot.
Oh, whatever is it? I hope we're not too late.
There's Spinner and Gretchen up ahead.
Hurry, Clutch, hurry!
What is it, Spinner?
Another one of Papa's prize cows has disappeared.
Oh, no!
Oh, no is right. Can Clutch and Company find out who is stealing Chris Kreider's cows? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cheddar Cheaters. You remember last time Clutch and Company arrived in Holland to help Chris Kreider find out who has been stealing his prize cheese cows. While Chris tells Clutch the story, Spinner, Paddlefoot, and Gretchen suddenly call.
All I know is they was all here just before you came, Mr. Cargo. I counted them.
You mean this fifth cow disappeared in broad daylight?
That's the way it's been going. If this keeps up, I'm ruined. My cows make the finest cheese in the whole world. They eat nothing but the finest of tulips. Lena here eats only blue tulips. So from her, we get blue cheese.
Oh.
Only if I lose her, I've lost everything. When she gets hungry, she'll follow anybody who has a blue tulip.
Could anyone back a truck onto your property and drive off?
Ah, no, that's impossible. Nothing but boats can reach my farm.
Sounds like barge bandits to me.
Barge bandits? Why, it couldn't be barge bandits. No one has been by today but Mr. Gooseneck and Mr. Stinky.
Gooseneck? Stinky? Who are they?
Why, they're those tulip bulb barge boys. They pass here every day on their way to market.
Yeah. They passed in their strange windmill barge only a little while ago.
Well, I'd like to question those two. They might know something.
Take my sailboat, Clutch. You could overtake that tulip tub of theirs in no time.
Chris, you and Gretchen keep a close watch on the cows. We'll be back.
You bet we will, Clutch, and good luck. You can't miss those two. They have windmill propulsion on their barge.
Bye-bye, Spin-On, Paddlefoot. Be careful. Bye, Gretchen. Don't worry. See you later.
Just think, Spinner. This whole part of the country is below sea level and was once underwater.
And that's why they build big wall dikes all around, huh, Clutch?
That's right, Spinner. They build dikes and pump the sea out. And they use the fertile land to raise cheese cows and tulips.
And the canals they left are sure fun to travel on, eh, Paddlefoot? Hey, Clutch, look! It's the windmill barge.
Must be Gooseneck and Stinky, all right. Give 'em a hail, Spinner.
Ahoy, the barge! Heave to! We'd like a word with you.
Uh-oh, it's Chris Kreider's craft. He's sending some stranger after us.
That chowderhead Kreider must suspect us. Throw it into high gear and let's get out of here.
Yeah, we don't dare have someone snooping aboard.
Look, Clutch, they're speeding up.
We're under full sail now, Spinner. Try to keep them in sight.
Hey, wait for us. We want to talk to you.
Hey, Stinky, whatever are we gonna do? They're staying right on our tail. Don't worry. All we gotta do is beat them to that drawbridge.
I got a sneaky plan that should cook their goose. Oops, pardon me, gooseneck.
Hey, Clutch, they're stopping. They must have heard me. One fella hopped down on shore.
We'll just pull up alongside them and see what the story is.
Will that heavy bridge crush Clutch and Company? How will they escape? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cheddar Cheaters. You remember last time Chris Kreider's fifth prize cheese cow disappeared. Clutch and Company used Chris Kreider's sailboat to follow two shady characters, Stinky Brinky, a no-good tulip peddler, and his no-good pal, Gus Gooseneck. As they passed under a bridge...
Clutch! The bridge!
Ooh, we sure smashed him. Hey, Stinky, throw it in gear, Gooseneck, and let's get out of here.
Clutch, where are you?
Over here, Spinner. Is everyone okay?
We're okay, but if that bridge had been 2 inches lower, we'd have been smashed flatter than pancakes.
That was no accident, Spinner. It was Gooseneck and Stinky.
They got away. Ah, gee.
We'll repair our craft and go back after our plane.
Why, Clutch and Spinner, back already? What happened? Did you see anything of my missing cows?
Are you all right?
We had a narrow escape. Those two barge bandits dropped a drawbridge on us.
Then they ran away in their windmill tulip barge.
I knew it. They're the ones that's been stealing my cheese cows. I never did trust that Gooseneck and Stinky.
We'll need the plane to catch them, Chris. They've got much too fast a machine.
Good luck, Clutch. I hope you catch them this time for sure.
Look sharp, Spinner. That barge couldn't have gotten away.
Farther on up the canal, Stinky and Gooseneck have reached their destination and are putting the barge in hiding.
Is the coast clear, Gooseneck?
Not a soul in sight.
That makes 5 of old man Kreider's critters we got. Just a couple more and he's out of business.
Boy, I can hardly wait. It won't be long before we'll be making the world's best cheese, Stinky.
Hot dog, you bet. All we'll need is Chris's blue cheese cow.
Okay, up here. We made a clean getaway.
We'll wait here till the heat's off and then go back and grab her.
Yeah, sure, Stinky.
Clutch flies the plane. First one way, searching. Then the other, searching.
I hear an airplane. Sounds pretty low, too. By golly, it's the plane we saw parked beside Chris Kreider's. I think they're wise to us. Time for quick thinking. Grab that board and hand me that big cheese ball. Now, climb up the windmill and get ready to jump.
Haven't seen a thing yet, Clutch. Maybe if you flew lower over these canals.
All set. Ready? Aim. Shoot!
We've been hit!
I can't see, Spinner. I can't see.
Bombed by a big cheese ball. Will they crash? What will happen? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cheddar Cheaters. You remember last time, after Chris Kreider's fifth cow disappeared, Clutch and Company used a sailboat to follow Stinky and Gooseneck. After narrowly escaping death by a falling bridge, they continued to follow. As they neared the bank of the canal, they were bombed with a big cheese ball.
We've been hit!
I can't see, Spinner. I can't see. Take over the controls, Spinner. I'll take the lookout position. Back, Spinner. Move back on the stick. Quick! Boy, that was a close one.
My gosh, Clutch. Well, what happened?
We're covered with cheese, Spinner. It must have been Gooseneck and Stinky. There they go in their tulip barge. Quick, let's clean this mess up. We don't want them to get away.
That was a neat bit of strategy.
Yeah, we got out of there just in time. But I'll bet they'll be on our tail again right away.
Yeah, sure. Let's not dilly-dally. We'll hide under those weeds along the bank and let them pass. Hurry, Gooseneck. We've got to gather weeds and cover the boat.
She runs good as new. Keep your eyes open for that tulip boat. They couldn't be far away.
I don't see him anywhere. There's only a windmill up ahead.
There they go. They'll never see us here.
Meanwhile, back at the tulip boat, Stinky and Gus make more plans.
It's been over an hour since cargo flew past. Maybe he's given up.
That leaves the coast clear for us to get Lena, Chris Kreider's prized blue cheese cow.
When we get her, our troubles are over. Come on, I can hardly wait.
Nobody's going to get my Lena, the only blue cheese cow in the world. Don't worry, Lena. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right.
Stinky and Gus pull up dangerously close to where Lena is dining.
Look, there's Kreider's prize cow. Bring some blue tulips. I've got the drill. We'll tippy-toe through the tulips.
I'll drill a hole in the dike, but hold on to my suspenders when you lower me down.
Okay, here goes. Lower away. That's it, Gooseneck. She's breaking through.
Water! The dike's sprung a leak! The dike is broken! The dike is broken! We'll all be flooded!
Thanks, Mr. Kreider. Now that your finger's caught, we'll just relieve you of your prize cow, Lena.
Oh, no, a trick. You played on me a dirty trick. Here, Buddy. Come on, Buddy.
Come on, Lena.
No, please, not Lena. Don't go, Lena. Come back.
Help! Help, Clutch! Help my best cow! Oh, dear me, what'll I do? Finger in the dike, holding back the sea. My best blue cheese cow, Lena, is taken away. Clutch! Spinner! Paddlefoot, help!
Poor Chris. Finger caught in a broken dike and his best cow gone. Will he get her back? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cheddar Cheaters. You remember last time, Clutch and company were almost knocked out of the air by a cheese bomb. Stinky and Gooseneck were the ones who fired it. As Clutch hid the plane, Chris was left to guard his most prized cow, Lena, the blue cheese cow.
Oh, Lena, come back! Help! Help, Clutch! Help my best cow!
What is it, boy? Something over there?
It's Mr. Kreider. And something's wrong.
Clutch! That no-good tulip peddler stole my prize cow, Lena.
But, Chris, you had a gun. Couldn't you stop them?
Ah, no, look. The dike sprung a leak. I'm holding the water back. I couldn't let Lena drown.
I see what you mean. Spinner, go to the plane and get that spare dike stopper.
Right, Clutch.
And hurry, Spinner.
Just take it easy, Chris. We'll have that dike plugged in no time. There. That'll hold it till we can call a plumber. But first, we must catch those cownappers. Which way did they go, Chris?
They went that way, dragging poor Lena on the end of a tulip.
Come on, Spinner. Paddlefoot. Let's go after them.
Oh, that's gonna smart in the morning.
We'll make more passes over the canal. Keep a sharp lookout for their tulip boat.
Clutch! Wait a minute.
their boat had a windmill on it.
Spinner, you're right. We've been looking for boats. We should have been looking for windmills. There's no time to lose. We'll fly over every windmill until we find the right one.
Paddlefoot can help. Get your nose tuned up, boy. Attaboy, Paddlefoot. Keep trying. Clutch. Paddlefoot's found the right windmill.
But Stinky and Gus know it, too.
What did I tell you? I knew that cargo never give up.
Don't worry, we'll bomb him with a cheese ball again.
Good idea, Stinky. You clear the deck for action, or I take my position on the tower.
Look, Clutch, there they are. And they're all set to bombard us with a cheese bomb again.
I know, Spinner. Time to roll out our own big cheese bomb.
Right, Clutch.
I believe in fighting cheese with cheese.
Steady now, Stinky. Soon as they get a little closer, I'll give you the signal to jump.
Ready, and...
Let her go, Spinner. That does it. We'll get out and take those two barge bandits in.
Thank you so much, Clutch and Spinner, for catching the bandits and returning my precious cheese cows.
You're welcome, Mr. Kreider. We found your cows hidden inside their tulip barge.
And they had a regular cheese factory inside that windmill barge.
And I won't forget you. I'm going to send you 500 pounds of my very best cheddar cheese.
And so ends the story of Clutch, Cargo, and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, and the Cheddar Cheaters. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch, Cargo. Clutch, Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, in another exciting adventure, the circus. As our story opens, we find Clutch, Spinner, and Paddlefoot returning home from their last adventure.
There's a little town just ahead.
I think that's Cedarville, Clutch.
You're right, Spinner. It's the only little town that's never gone modern. It hasn't changed in 100 years.
Look, at the edge of town is a circus. A real-life circus with tents and everything.
Why, I haven't seen a circus in years.
Wish we had time. I'd like to see this one. Paddlefoot would, too.
I'd say the vote is 2-1 in your favor, fellas. Let's look for a place to land.
Clutch, look down there. What's that?
Why, that's a distress flag. That means someone's in trouble. We'll have to land now and see if we can help. I'll come around. Looks like a place to land at the edge of the circus. Everybody out. Well, look who's coming to meet us.
Why, it's Mademoiselle Fifi. Clutch, Cargo, and little Spinner. Oh, I am so glad to see you. And you have brought cute little paddle feet, too. Hi, Miss Fifi.
We spotted your distress flag, Miss Fifi. What's the trouble?
Come, get into my car, and I will tell you on the way over to the circus. Huh? So, with the money I inherited from Uncle Henri, I invested it in this little circus, but so far, nothing but bad luck. Like one time, the most ferocious lion we have broke loose. We almost didn't catch him. But my animal trainer, he finally surrounded him. Golly! When the word got around the town, people stayed away in droves.
Sounds to me like someone is deliberately trying to wreck your circus.
Sure looks deserted. That is what I explain. The people stay away in droves. Miss Fifi, who are those people standing over there? Oh, those two. Well, the little one is Tom Tiny, the world's tiniest magician, and his friend Slim Paul. He is one of the tallest men in the world. Come along and I will introduce you. Spinner and Clutch, this is Tom Tiny.
Pleased to meet you, little boy.
And this is Slim Paul.
Likewise.
Golly! Could you teach me some magic tricks, Mr. Tiny?
I'd be glad to, little boy. You gonna be with us long?
Only until Clutch finds out what's causing all these strange accidents.
Oh? Well, that may be quite a while yet.
Well, if anyone can find out who is trying to ruin me, Clutch Cargo can.
Well, I guess we better get going. We're breaking in some new tricks. So long. See you around, Spinner boy.
Gee, what swell guys. Let us go over to the main tent. Look out! That ladder!
Wow, that ladder. Will Clutch and Company avoid being crushed? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the circus. You remember last time Clutch and Company, while returning home, were attracted by a circus on the outskirts of Cedarville. Someone was waving a trouble flag. Upon landing, they found it to be Mademoiselle Fifi, an old friend. Someone was trying to steal her circus. As they walked through the circus grounds...
Look out!
Thank goodness for that wagon, or you might all be goners.
See what I mean, Clutch and Spinner? Strange things happening.
Oh, my. Is anybody hurt?
No, but we sure could have been.
That's strange. Another accident.
I'm going to look at that ladder and see if it was an accident.
Oh, but it was an accident. I'm sure it was an accident.
This ladder's been sawed. This was no accident.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, really? We gotta be going.
What do you plan to do, Clutch?
We'll take it easy and keep our eyes open.
Oh, you are so smart, Clutch Cargo. Paddlefoot and I'll just wander around and make believe we're customers.
Okay, Spinner, but be careful.
You think they suspected anything?
Don't worry. I've got a keen, sneaky plan that'll throw them off the trail.
Oh, no. They're not on our trail, are they?
Oh, calm down, stupid, and lay off the panic button. We got some dirty work to do.
Dirty work? Oh, goody. Let's get started.
A little while later, we find Clutch and Fifi still on the alert for another accident to happen.
By the way, Fifi, have you seen Spinner and Paddlefoot?
No, I have not. They're probably still overlooking at the animals.
I wish they'd come on back. I wouldn't want anything to happen to them.
While just a short distance away, someone peeks out from behind the menagerie tent. Is it Spinner?
Oh, there is Spinner now. Over at the menagerie tent. Oh, Spinner! Now, what in the world is he running away for?
Fire! Help! Fire! Fire!
The hay tent! It is on fire! Oh, I can't believe it. I just saw Spinner running away from it.
Spinner was over looking at the animals.
Oh, look, look. Jumbo the elephant is staked out behind that flaming tent.
Jumbo, I'll get him, Fifi. I've come to help you. Take it easy, Jumbo. Everything's going to be all right.
Oh, Jumbo. Oh, Clutch, I am so thankful you are both safe.
Goodbye, man. And thank you. The big hay tent is a total loss, Fifi.
It is a terrible financial setback. And we almost lost Jumbo. I wonder who could have... Hi, Clutch. I heard all the commotion. What happened?
The big hay tent burned to the ground, Spinner. Were you near the tent when the fire started?
Golly, no, Clutch. I was way over in front of the sideshow tent. Why? Because I was sure I saw you running away from the hay tent when the fire started. But
You're right, Miss Fifi. I saw him, too.
But honest. I watched the animals and then I went to the sideshow tents. Honest, I did.
Uh-oh, this is terrible. Do you suppose Spinner really is guilty? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the circus. You remember last time, Clutch and Company and Fifi escaped being hit by the ladder, which had been deliberately sawed. Then Spinner was seen outside the hay tent just before a huge fire burned it to the ground.
I was so sure I saw you running away from the hay tent when the fire started.
You're right, Miss Fifi. I saw him, too.
Gosh, then you think it was me. You know I wouldn't do a thing like that, Clutch.
Of course not, Spinner.
Well, it is certainly hard to imagine, Spinner. But then why did you run away when I called to you? Honest, Miss Fifi, I wasn't even near this tent.
Okay, Spinner. We believe you.
Of course, Spinner. It must have been someone who looked like you.
Quite a blaze, eh, Tiny? But I'm sure that kid they call Spinner has convinced him he didn't do it.
Doesn't matter. We gotta really guess it.
But you gotta be more careful when you're imitating that kid. Always remember to take that cigar out of your kisser.
Don't worry. I haven't slipped yet.
A few more fires and a few more sneaky tricks, and the circus will be ours.
Right. Come on, Slim. While they're puzzling about who started the hay tent fire, we'll strike again.
Hey, look at this. The remains of a gasoline torch.
You mean somebody lit that thing and threw it in the hay tent? That is what it looks like, Spinner. Well, don't you see? It couldn't have been me. I don't even carry matches. They're dangerous.
Good boy, Spinner. I knew it couldn't have been you.
I certainly hope we can find out who causes all these accidents, or I will lose the circus.
Don't worry, Fifi. We won't let that happen. Where's the telegraph office?
In town, right next door to the post office. Why?
Just a hunch. But I want to send a telegram that I think will help us solve this mystery.
Oh, wonderful, Clutch. Take my car. Paddlefoot and I'll stay here and help Miss Fifi keep an eye on things.
Good idea, Spinner. I'll be back as soon as possible.
I like this sneaky plan the best. It's bound to work.
Yeah, Tiny. And you look more like Spinner than Spinner does.
Yeah. I'm a regular genie. Yes.
How many more balloons do you think it'll take, genius?
Well, that helium is a lot of lift. Oh, 5 more ought to do it. And hurry, I'm running out of peanuts.
I'm hurrying, Tiny. Here comes another one.
He's getting light. That does it, Slim.
Never thought I'd see an elephant fly.
Save the last one till we get him outside.
Okay, Tiny.
Take her away. Now, the last balloon, Slim.
Okay, Tiny. This'll do it.
Now, quick, go sound the alarm.
Okay, Tiny. Help! Help! Somebody stop him! Help!
What is the matter, Slim?
Look!
Oh, no! Who did that?
I can't tell a lie, Miss Fifi. It was that red-headed kid again. I saw him do it, but I got there too late to stop him.
Oh, dear, we must save poor Jumbo. Help, somebody! Jumbo is floating away. Help! Hey, Miss Fifi, the elephant is flying away. Oh, Tina, why did you do it? You mean, you think I did that, too?
What a nasty trick. Flying Jumbo away with helium balloons. Will Clutch save her? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the circus. You remember last time, Clutch saved Jumbo the elephant from the fire. Spinner is suspected of having started the blaze. Just as everything seems normal again and Spinner's name is cleared, Jumbo is seen flying through the air. Slim Pole accused Spinner.
Spinner, why did you do it? You mean you think I did that too?
How'd that elephant get up there?
Slim, he saw Spinner do it, but I didn't, did I, Paddlefoot?
We'll discuss that later. Come on, we've got to save that elephant.
But how, Clutch? Jumbo's so high in the air.
Quick, to the plane. I've got a plan.
What are we going to do with the plane, Clutch? We can catch up with Jumbo, but we can't bring him down.
We'll have to shoot him down, Spinner.
Oh, Clutch, he wouldn't do that.
Not the way you think, Spinner. Here's the plane. Hop in. I'll show you what I mean.
Look, Clutch, he hit an updraft. He's drifting away. Hurry, Clutch.
Now, Spinner, get that piece of metal tubing and that sack of buckshot in the map case.
Oh, I get it, Clutch. A bean shooter.
Now, get ready, Spinner. Take careful aim. Hit just one balloon, and only one. Too many could be fatal.
No.
Get set. Ready? Aim. Fire. Perfect, Spinner. That stopped him from rising any farther. He's neutrally buoyant now. Now, if we can just pop one more, he should start coming down.
What happens if I pop more than one, Clutch?
He'll drop like a rock, Spinner.
Glue?
We'll turn around and make another pass at him. Get ready, Spinner. I'll come in as close as I can.
All set, Clutch.
Okay. Fire.
We did it, Clutch.
Good boy, Spinner.
Oh, thank goodness they have saved him.
I must admit, that was pretty good flying.
He's floating back toward the circus, Spinner.
Yeah, Clutch. You better get down and clear a good landing spot for him.
He'll be okay, Miss Fifi. We'll get him back for you. Hey, Slim. You're pretty good with a rifle, aren't you?
I never miss, Tiny.
Good. We'll break out the rifle and you can catch up on your target practice.
Oh, goody. I love to pop balloons.
Have fun, Slim.
Clutch, look!
Poor Jumbo. Will this be the end of him? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, the circus. You remember Clutch and Company saved Jumbo from the terrible fire which everyone thought Spinner had started. When Jumbo was seen flying by helium balloons, Slim Pole accused Spinner of this. Clutch and Company took off in the plane to save Jumbo. He was floating to Earth until...
I love to pop balloons.
Have fun, Slim.
This is too good to be true. Oh, Jumbo, that was the greatest high dive I have ever seen.
How do you like that? With all that hard ground to land on, Jumbo had to pick the diver's tank. Uh-oh, here comes Clutch Cargo. Let's get out of here.
What a beautiful dive.
I'll say. Looks like he came out without a scratch.
Looks like the jig is up.
Not yet, it ain't. You go keep him occupied. I got one more nasty to pull.
I find it hard to believe, but Slim says he saw Spinner tie the balloons on Jumbo.
I did some checking on Slim and Tiny. I'd want more than their word before I'd accuse anybody.
Hello there, everybody. I see Jumbo came down safe and sound.
Where were you when all this happened?
Oh, Tiny and I were rehearsing our act. The show must go on, you know.
Well, if any more accidents happen, we will not have any show.
Davy tells me you saw Spinner tie the balloons to the elephant.
Yes, I saw him. He's the one that did it.
It was not me. I wouldn't do anything like that.
I'm sure it wasn't Spinner, but I think you know who it was.
It was Spinner. I know him when I see him. There he is now.
That's not me. This is me.
Tiny, drop that axe.
He's running away. How do you know that he's Tiny?
I checked up on him and Slim. Tiny's an expert imitator, and Slim's his stooge.
Gotta go now.
Come on, Spinner. Paddlefoot, let's go after him.
Be careful, Clutch. Please be careful.
I went into this tent. We've got him cornered.
Gee, nobody in here.
There's their rig. They couldn't be far. Let's look out back.
Nothing out here but a giraffe.
Something funny about that giraffe.
Go away, dog. Ram.
That's Tiny and Slim in a giraffe costume. Good boy, Paddlefoot. You did it again.
Oh, thank you, Clutch, Spinner, and Paddle Feet. You have saved my circus.
We're always glad to be of help. Right, Spinner?
Right, Clutch. And Paddlefoot wants to join the circus.
And so ends the story of Clutch Cargo and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the circus. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo.
Cargo with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cliff Dwellers. Clutch and Company are just returning from their last adventure.
This used to be a mighty wild country in the days of the Old West. I'd sure hate to have to make a forced landing around here. Oh, I shouldn't have spoken. That engine's going to quit. Brace yourselves for a crash landing. That's all we can do.
Hold on, Paddlefoot. You're going to hit hard. Clutch! Clutch! Over to the right. Just in between those rocks. It looks like a road.
You're right, Spinner. Looks plenty rough, but it'll have to do. Hang on. Here we go. That was a rough one, all right. This road we landed on is made of cobblestone, Spinner.
Why would there be a road like this way out here, Clutch?
Some old Indian civilization must have built it.
Gee.
Well, I've got to check the engine, find out what's wrong.
The carburetor float was stuck. Stopped the gas from getting through.
Are we going to take off now?
Afraid not, Spinner. The landing gear got broken when we landed.
It'd never stand the strain of a takeoff.
We're going to have to find something to repair it with.
Maybe this road leads to a town or something.
One way to find out, Spinner. Come on.
Clutch! Look! There's a kind of city over there.
That's an old Indian cliff-dwelling village, Spinner.
I wonder if anyone's there.
Look at how the road goes to it. Guess it's the only way to get across this canyon.
Gosh! Isn't that something, Clutch?
Yeah. It's a natural bridge formed out of sandstone.
Looks awful thin at the top. Do you think it's safe to cross it?
Hope so, Spinner. We've got to chance it.
Clutch and Spinner start across the slender bridge. Run, Spinner! The bridge is giving way.
Clutch! Wait! Where's Paddlefoot?
There he is, back on the other side. He's afraid.
Paddlefoot! Paddlefoot! Quick!
Come on! Run for your lives!
to us from now on, Paddlefoot.
How do we get back to the plane, Clutch?
Don't know, Spinner. But we'll have to keep on to that village now. By golly, Spinner, we've stumbled onto a village of a lost Indian tribe.
Look over there, Clutch. Is it a cave?
No. That's a door to a cliff house, Spinner. They built their houses right into the rock. No telling how old it is. Looks completely deserted.
Gee, I hope nothing bad happened to all the people.
Fire, or floods, or disease. Anyway, there's no one here now. What the? Is that arrow just a warning for Clutch and Company? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot, in another exciting adventure, Cliff Dwellers. Last time, Clutch and Company developed engine trouble and were forced to land on the site of an ancient Indian cliff-dwelling village. They had started to investigate when suddenly...
Gee, I hope nothing bad happened to all the people.
Maybe fire, or floods, or disease. Anyway, there's no one here now. What the?
Clutch!
Get behind the rock, Spinner. Hurry.
From the angle of that arrow, it was shot from one of those cliff houses. I thought this place was deserted, but I'm wrong. Somebody doesn't want us here.
Gee, maybe there's a whole tribe of them here.
Maybe. But I don't see any movement up there. Come on, Spinner. I'm curious now. We're going to explore those cliff houses.
With great caution, Clutch and Spinner make their way to an ancient ladder.
Easy does it, Spinner. Be as quiet as you can.
At the top, they find a door at the end of a balcony.
You think that's where the arrow came from, Clutch?
I wouldn't be surprised, Spinner. Stick close. We'll have a look.
Look. Someone's been hurt.
Is he an Indian?
An Indian chief, Spinner. I don't think he's badly hurt. Just stunned.
There we are, fella. Take it easy. Everything's going to be all right.
Something hit me on head.
Whoever did it hit you pretty hard. Did you get a good look at him?
Sure, me got good look. Him have paint stripes on face, headdress with cow horns.
Let's go after him. We'll help you.
You are good friends. We go down and look.
Maybe we find trail.
Down in the courtyard, Spinner finds a clue.
Clutch, look! Footprints!
This white man's shoes. Bad witch doctor wear white man's shoes.
By golly, you're right. A pale-faced witch doctor.
Now, what would a white man want here?
Him want ancient treasure that is buried here.
Me tell him the spirits of the dead guard treasure. No one know where it is.
Spirits no want anyone find it.
Golly, Clutch! A hidden treasure and ghosts!
Clutch? You Clutch Cargo?
That's right.
Me hear about you from Princess Granddaughter. She tell me about your adventure logbook. Me chief running horse. Much pleased meet you.
Do you live here alone, Chief?
Yes, tribe go away. Land no good for food now.
Me and Princess Granddaughter all alone.
Where's your granddaughter now?
Oh, me forget. She was down here when Bad Witch Doctor come.
I sure hope she's all right.
Clutch, I think I hear something.
You did hear something, Spinner. It's the chief's granddaughter.
There, Clutch, at the top of that high cliff. It's coming from there.
Will the Indian princess be thrown from the cliff? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot. in another exciting adventure, Cliff Dwellers. Last time, Clutch and Company found Chief Running Horse unconscious and his princess granddaughter held captive by the bad witch doctor. As they began to hunt for the princess...
Clutch, I think I hear something.
You did hear something, Spinner. It's the chief's granddaughter.
At the top of that high cliff. It's coming from there.
Come on, Spinner. Not a moment to lose.
But how? How are we going to get way up there?
Trail easy to follow. It go up around back up cliff.
But it rough. Take horses. Indian ponies, fast as lightning.
Indian ponies.
Clutch and Company start out along the trail.
Golly, Clutch, I hope we get there in time to save the chief's granddaughter.
I hope so too, Spinner. We just have to hope for the best.
Meanwhile, the bad witch doctor has climbed to the top of the cliff by a secret route.
Why'd you let the girl holler like that?
Gee, boss, I couldn't help it. She just run away from me. Before I knew it, she was hollering.
That's the trouble with hired help these days. Can't depend on them for anything.
Anyway, this witch doctor rig worked fine. Scared the old chief, but good.
Gee, boss, that's great. Wished I could have seen it.
You've been a big help. Do you know who that guy is down below?
Clutch Cargo. I ran up against him one time, and I've been trying to forget it ever since. Now look what you've done. He's on his way up here.
Well, boss, I wouldn't have had it happen for nothing in the world, but now that it has, what'll we do?
Get rid of the girl. We'll tie her in the cave and let Cargo look for her. We'll go back down and get the old man.
We'll make him tell us where the treasure is, or my name ain't Switchblade.
Please, please, kind sir, don't harm my grandfather.
That'll be enough out of you.
Come on, Tuffy, into the cave. Cargo will be here any minute, and we want him to find her.
Not much farther, Spinner. I think we're almost there.
Well, I guess you ain't gonna take no walk. And something tells me you ain't gonna holler out to warn Cargo neither. You said it, boss. There's the girl's headdress on the ground in front of the cave where Cargo can't miss it.
They'll go into the cave looking for the girl. And then, do you know what, Tuffy?
What, boss?
See that big boulder?
Yeah, boss.
It's just waiting to roll down and block the entrance.
Once they go in there, they'll never get out.
Now all we gotta do is wait, huh, boss?
Right, Tuffy. I think I hear him now. Get behind the boulder, and when I holler, push.
I hope we're not too late to save the princess.
Oh, boy, here they come.
Here's the top of the cliff. But golly, I don't see anybody around.
That's what I expected. They're gone.
They've been here all right. Look at the tracks.
You're right. But we can never follow them. The tracks are in this little bit of dirt. The rest is solid rock. Can't see footprints on rock.
Clutch, look. There's a cave. Do you think she's in there? And look, there's her hat right outside.
Quiet, Spinner. And be careful. You too, Battlefoot. We'll see what's inside here.
Do you think it's okay for us to go in?
No!
Will Clutch and Company and the princess get out alive? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cliff Dwellers. Last time, Clutch and Company started for the top of the cliff to find the princess. When they arrived, the bad witch doctor, who really is Switchblade, a criminal, and Tubby, his helper, pushed a rock off the cliff.
How are we going to get out?
The entrance is closed up by a rock. It's solid, all right. Can't budge it.
Do you suppose those men did it?
Yes. Must be at least two of them. They want to get us out of the way so they can force the chief to tell them where the treasure is.
But he doesn't know, does he?
No, but they don't seem to believe him.
What's that?
It's coming from over there in the corner.
Clutch! It's the chief's granddaughter.
Here. Take it easy. You'll be all right.
Okay, Tuffy. They're in there for keeps. Now we'll go down and deal with the old man.
Say, boss, how about that story about the ghost getting after anybody who tries to steal the treasure?
You don't believe that stuff, do you?
Well, I guess not, Switch.
Come on, let's get going. We'll take their horses and ride down in style.
You know any way out of this place?
I was never in here before.
The opening's jammed up tight. There's only that shaft in the roof that's letting the light in. But it's much too high to reach.
Clutch! Look at Paddlefoot! Perhaps your little dog has found something. Clutch! I can feel air coming through this crack in the rock.
Maybe a hole in the wall. Maybe I can loosen the stone. It's giving a little. Look out. Stand back, all of you.
Clutch!
Golly, look at that. A whole piece of the wall fell in.
Maybe it's a way out of this cave.
We'll see where it leads to anyway. Good boy, Paddlefoot, you found it.
Wow! Look at that!
Sure never expected to find anything like this here. Has your grandfather seen this?
I don't think so. But in our tribe, stories of a great secret meeting place have been passed down from father to son. Sure is kind of spooky here.
You know, I think we're going to have some fun with the old chief, boss.
Then we'll pile the treasure in the truck and be on our way.
In spite of the spooks, eh, boss?
Yeah, we'll make that old man talk all right.
Those are the masks of the dead, and the spears they use in the happy hunting grounds in the sky. Don't be scared, Paddlefoot. It's not really too spooky. Clutch! Look at that! Look at the eye!
Must be some kind of light behind it. But there couldn't be after all these years. Wait a minute. So that's the answer. There's a window back of it. I'll lift you up on my shoulder, Spinner. Maybe you'll be able to see outside. Up we go.
I can see down in the courtyard where we were with the chief. They've got the chief tied to a post. Oh, my poor grandfather.
We've got to get down there some way.
But how, Clutch?
I don't know, Spinner. We're trapped.
Oh, we must find a way. We've got to save him.
Can Clutch and Company save Chief Running Horse? Be sure to tune in for the next exciting episode with Clutch Cargo. Clutch Cargo, with his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot in another exciting adventure, Cliff Dwellers. You remember last time, Clutch and Company reached the top of the cliff to find the princess and the bad men gone. Inside a cave, they found the princess, but could find no way out.
They've got the chief tied to a post. Oh, my poor grandfather.
We've got to get down there some way.
But how, Clutch?
I don't know, Spinner. We're trapped.
Oh, those awful men. They'll do something terrible to my grandfather.
We've got to find a way out. That shield, Princess. What kind is it?
That is an old shield of escape.
A shield of escape. I wonder. Hand me one of those spears, Princess.
What you gonna do?
I'm going to see if I can pry this shield away from the wall. Stand back. It's heavy.
Clutch pries at the edge of the shield and gets a hold.
You did it, Clutch! You found the secret stairs!
That's the way out, all right. Now, everybody grab a mask, a blanket, and a spear, and hurry.
But me tell you, me not know where treasure is.
So you won't talk, eh? Go to the truck and get my bullwhip, Tuffy.
Okay, boss.
Okay. Everyone all set?
Guess so, Clutch. Now what do we do?
We all head for the courtyard where they've got the chief. We've got to make them think we're Indian spirits. Got that?
You bet, Clutch. Then we do Indian war whoops, huh?
Right. The spookier the better. Now, let's put on the masks.
Boy, I can hardly wait to see their faces.
I know what you mean, Spinner. But you should see yours.
Okay, we've given you your chance. Now,
If me knew, me would tell you.
I'm gonna give you just one more chance to tell where the treasure is.
Wait, boss, what was that?
What was what?
That!
Just the wind whistling through them old empty buildings.
Maybe so, boss, but it's blowing something this way. Looky!
I tell you, Indian spirits.
Zoe, you're right. Let me out of here.
Me too! Help! Get out of the way, I'm going fast!
Get it started, hurry.
I'm hurrying fast as I can. Here it goes!
Forward, you got it in reverse.
I can't help it. It won't go forward. And I can't stop it.
Well, I'll be. Look, the treasure.
And they found it by accident. Look, buried treasure.
Shut up, kid. It ain't funny.
I know those two. They're both wanted for robbery.
Me fix 'em good. Me take 'em to sheriff.
We was only kidding all the time.
Wait, what? Golly, I didn't know that.
Shut up, you idiot.
Well, Chief, you've got your granddaughter back. And $1 million treasure, too.
I don't know how to thank you, Clutch and Spinner. Me use money for restoring Cliff Village.
And don't forget Paddlefoot. Without him, we'd still be in that cave.
And so ends the story of Clutch Cargo and his pals Spinner and Paddlefoot and the Cliff Dwellers. Be sure to tune in for the next exciting adventure with Clutch Cargo.